Welcome back, everybody. It is Blitz and Cap. We're going to be taking over for Luminous and Winter. We're going to be doing Winstrike versus OG, and then we've got TNC versus Pain. See, I actually remembered what the games are today. Winstrike versus OG is going to be Winstrike's. I mean, they have to 2-0.
They have to 2-0.
I think they almost
and
have
OG
to.
can secure their own fates by similarly 2-0ing, if I remember correctly.
Winstrike are currently sitting at a score of 3-11. So technically, they could just win one game and then hope that IG don't win anything.
10 seconds remaining.
But that seems like a poor strategy, Blitz Dota. You got to come in here and win if you're Winstrike.
You got to come
in
here
the
and win.
name.
You are striking for that win.
Huh.
Okay, let me just.
That's why you're a commentator,
Let me
Blitz.
just update people on the standings so far. So for Group A, which is what we're focused on,
Winstrike
if OG
turn to
2-0s,
pick.
then they would have 6 losses max, and I believe that would be the end for them, right? They don't play any more games today?
I believe so.
So if OG 2-0s, then that would secure them a top 4.
Yeah.
Indeed,
this
it is their last set of
series.
games.
Yeah.
That would secure them top. That would make them at worst 4th in their group. So then they would be in a very good position. They'd
Yep.
be in
10
upper bracket,
seconds
which is
remaining.
crazy considering they started 1-5.
Mhm.
Since then, they have gone 7-1.
Remaining.
Just a reminder to people, real fast. Whereas Winstrike at 3-11 is 1 game below Invictus Gaming at 4-12.
Yeah.
Mineski is also similarly pretty much just done.
Yeah. So if they go 1-1, they will tie with IG, and they will both be. They will have no more series to go, and they will have to play a tiebreaker between the two of them.
So that's all
which
that.
would be hype.
Yeah. So OG just has to win this 2-0. If Winstrike don't, then they're out, right?
Turn to
Yeah.
pick.
They have to go.
They
at
have
least
to
one
win a
game.
game.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to be cheering for Winstrike. For the drama.
Maximum drama.
For the drama. OG. They banned the silencer because they had first pick, took the Wisp, and Winstrike said, I see what you're doing here, but we're not going to let it happen. They're going to take the gyrocopter
seconds
away from the
remaining.
Wisp, which is easily his best partner right now,
OG's turn
and
to pick.
get... I thought it was going to be Wyvern, but instead it's going to be Undying, who I guess is pretty good against Wisp as well.
Indeed, strength-based hero, Wisp is, which makes 0 sense. How is
Because
that
he's a floating
shimmering
ball of
ball
light.
of gaseous energy a strength hero? But I mean, dude pushes boulders. So who's your
10
pairing if you're
seconds
OG?
remaining. OG
Chaos
you take
Knight.
Wyvern
turn
yourself.
I want to
to
see a
pick.
Chaos
Oh,
Knight.
they take Morph, which we should have thought of as
Yes,
a counter to.
Morph against Gyro.
Yeah.
And really, you don't need... I would say Wisp has gotten to a point over the years
Winstrike's
that
turn
he
to
doesn't need
bat.
traditional partners. He's
You
just
don't need
a
the
good
tiny or the
support.
CK.
Yeah, he's just a good support.
Good heroes are good
Gyrocopter is
heroes.
the only reason Gyrocopter is an exception, and he's being run so much, is the fact that Gyrocopter, it's rather the Wisp level 15 talent that makes your partner right now. And if you have a really good Aghanim Scepter, then like Gyrocopter does, that's why the
10
pairing
seconds
exists.
remaining.
Oh, I can't believe this game's happening right now. I love
5
the
seconds
Control Your
remaining.
Destiny days. And
Yeah.
both of these for Winstrike, it's just staying alive.
Yeah.
You're giving yourself the opportunity. If you 2-0, then you're good. IG's out. Yeah, sure, you're going to be last in your group, but who cares? You're getting to that main event.
You are going on the stage to play
How much
Dota.
more money do you secure for yourself? Let me just
OG's
let me just
turn to
check
bat.
that one.
Winstrike's turn to
So you go
bat.
from winning 61,000 to guaranteeing to 123,000.
Double your payday.
You double your pay. You exactly double your payday for just not getting last. For Winstrike, that'd be a crazy amount of money for this tier 2 CIS team.
Yeah.
That's a good payday. 123K, and then who
Talking
knows
about
how
easily
you can do?
20K person.
Yeah.
10
And
seconds
on the flip
remaining.
side of things, if you're OG, suddenly you secure yourself a top
5
12,
seconds remaining.
which is all of a sudden you go from 123 grand to a full percentage more than that, 3
Yeah.
times that money. You get 370 grand, son. That's a lot of money.
That
Winstrike
is-
Then
turn to
you
bat.
win
that's
one
getting,
best of 3.
That's getting into life-changing
Yeah.
territory.
Then you win one best of 3, and suddenly all your players make more than 100K per player. And then you have taxes and all that, but it's still pretty close.
Yeah.
Even with taxes, you're at like 90 something.
What do you consider life-changing money?
Like
Over
probably-
100K?
No, life changing? No,
Yeah.
life changing is different than like year changing. I'd say like if I made
10
a million or
seconds
more,
remaining.
that'd be
But I think what you do with that 100K can still be
5
kind of life
seconds.
changing.
spend it on
remaining.
pogs. Like,
All right, well, it's gonna go down a dark path,
Naruto memorabilia. Like
and that could change your life.
In a
You'll
way.
never get laid again. Are a couple of bands, Vengeful Spirit and Pugna,
OGs
going to be taken out of the
turn to
pool. Pretty good counters to the Morphling. I feel like particularly the Pugna is quite strong. Earthshaker and Wyvern, which is the support I obviously wanted to see from Winstrike against that Wisp. Instead, they're going to ban it away from OG. They're going to go for the Dark Willow. Dark Willow, I think, is good AoE control, good hero against the Wisp. I think it's quite good versus Morphling as well.
10 seconds.
it's got good
remaining.
burst potential. The Terrorize is really nice against Wisp.
Yeah.
You don't
5
die very
seconds
quickly to
remaining.
Morph. Like he doesn't kill you that fast
Yeah.
because you have the ability to offensive phase shift.
Winstrike's turn to pick.
Yeah, think about it like just 2 projectiles, right? When you go shotgun build
Yeah.
for Morphling. Lena, man, okay, so
Wait, is
where are
Pugna
the rest of the
and-
Thompson heroes? They're still in the pool. Why are they drafting Lena?
They had Invoker. They could.
They still had Invoker. They still had Monkey King. They still had
10
Pugna was
seconds
banned.
Crazy.
remaining.
They banned Pugna themselves.
I think. I actually think that
5
Lena's quite nice
seconds
against
remaining.
Willow and Undying, because obviously your
Yeah.
stun will connect through.
Okay.
2 of your spells will connect through, and you quite obviously also have the attack speed to be able to kill the Undying Tombstone very well. And you get a Yules, which is nice against Gyrocopter, against the Rocket. You take away his kill potential, and you play faster than him. Like at almost all phases of the game, you'll be able to kill Gyro.
Yeah. I like it versus the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't like it so much against Dark Willow, but
I think so
it's-
too. I
yeah,
think that,
it's neither.
in fact, I know we mentioned this in our cast for people that don't know. Certain pros think that Yule's builders get countered by Dark Willow. Because
Yeah.
even though you counter the Cursed Crown, everything else just messes you up.
And I think it's also like the catch that is on Dark Willow is very strong against Lena. I think the glass cannon style of Lena is also very
OG's
susceptible
turn
to
to
Dark
pick.
Willow. Axe is a good reaction to both Lena and Morphling. Can be good against Wisp as well.
It's so good against Lena.
Yeah.
Because if you get Blink called and you casted like 2 spells, you're going to max attack speed kill yourself. Because you
Right.
only have, before the level 15 talent, you have something like 900 HP. Because no one builds Bloodstone anymore. And even with that, you have 1250 or
10
something.
seconds
I think when you hit
remaining.
15, you got like 1300. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You just
5
die in half a
seconds
second.
Remaining.
Well, Lena does have a Yules against Axe, but
Yeah.
usually when we talk about Yules countering Axe, we're talking about like an offlaner or 4 position having Yules.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're as an Axe, you're gonna target Lena anyway.
So for people, it seems like they need clarification. IG is 4-12. They no longer have any games to play.
Yes.
Unless I'm
They're
completely
donezo.
wrong about this.
They're
They
no,
are
they're
completely
completely
donezo. Whereas Winstrike have this series to play. So this series actually has huge implications because if OG 2-0 this, they have guaranteed themselves. If you're an OG fan, feels good, man. Because if they 2-0 the weakest team at this tournament, they will control their own destiny and move on
Oh.
to the upper bracket.
You know, I was just looking at IG. It was yesterday was a killer. They had no games today. They didn't have a game this morning.
Yeah.
So they had 3 games yesterday. They went 0-2, 0-2, 0-2.
Oh. And some of those were winnable.
Yeah. Oh God, they were winnable.
The LGD game was winnable.
The OG game was winnable.
Yeah, the OG game was definitely winnable. I knew they were going to lose that game against LGD when they were up 10-0. I think I
Yes.
said it. I said this team is mentally weak. And I don't like saying that about a team at a TI, but it just feels like they've just resigned themselves to like their fate. They're just
Yeah,
like,
one
"Ugh,
lost
whatever."
fight, and it was like, well, we
We're-
could see where this is
guess
going.
we're done.
Yeah.
And then OG gave him the old treant, the old mad treant. That was hilarious.
Oh, that was definitely a winnable game. They were in a good position. Shadow Shaman. Instant disables versus the Axe when he tries to blink in. Good tower pressure. Can you... Why is Shadow Shaman good in this dual lane meta? Can you talk about that?
I think he actually hits quite hard. You just need more disables, I feel,
Yeah.
from your 5 positions. Your
10
ulti's a
seconds
nice way to secure
remaining.
towers. I think it's really good in this game because it's good against the Axe once he jumps in.
Seconds
It's
remaining.
very nice against the just like when people have stuff on the ground, like Undying throws down stuff, you throw down your own stuff.
His stats just got like buffed enough, right? His attack damage is quite strong, and Ether Shock level 1 is very strong.
I mean, the 2-on-2, as long as they don't have a ton of stuns on the enemy team to cancel in the laning phase, you're okay.
OG.
And you want more
turn
range
to
heroes
ban.
against Undying Axe, if you can help it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So they ban out Treant, which I think is actually a pretty nice ban, because that's what they picked against Axe last time. They had Gyro and Axe on the side of IG.
Dude, I just now realizing this.
What up?
Winstrike has really good ways to protect the Tombstone.
OG.
They've got
Call.
Call, they've got Terrorize, they've got
Winstrike's
Brambles.
They've got Call Down.
Call
So they
down
take
as
their
well.
they take their standby of taking Centaur.
Yeah.
So very similar lineup that they played against IG. And so for Winstrike, you look at this and you still most likely need a mid hero, most likely going to be against that Lina. Let's take a look at the heroes real fast. What do we have to work with?
TA still out there in the pool.
I don't
Ten
know.
A
how
fast hero that
seconds
secures them
remaining.
Roshan. I'm not opposed to that.
There we go.
You may now select your heroes.
I think if you're Winstrike, you just want to play this game faster than OG. You just got to beat Morphling's timing.
Yeah, I guess so. I think the only thing I dislike about the TA is actually it's not a bad TA game at all. I think you get run at though by this Centaur. It's just pretty much going to be who does a better job at running at each other.
Yeah.
Good call though.
Is there another hero you would have preferred?
I was looking at the list, but maybe TA was the option. I would have said would have been a pretty nice Mirana game, but maybe it was banned.
Murata's been a very successful hero at this tournament.
Wait, I can briefly see. I don't think Mirana was banned. I think I
10
might have
seconds remaining.
preferred Mirana.
Yeah.
I think it's good against everybody.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe a Necro.
You know, it's funny.
What up?
And that Reddit thread that flamed the hell out of Seb, one of the top comments was about how Seb was so selfish and stuff, and he was drafting Centaur, but he wasn't playing it, you know, and obviously he should be the one offlaner playing Centaur. They shouldn't be doing safe. And since then, they have drafted Centaur, and they've only had it on Seb.
Reddit was right.
Reddit was right. Seb humbled himself before the public opinion and changed his strategy. He listened to you.
You know what? I poop on Reddit a lot, but I actually think it's a really funny site.
Yeah.
RMBA is my favorite by far. No offense.
Man,
The
just
memes are so
reading
good.
the comments.
Yeah. Yesterday,
Got me.
I'll share
It
it. Yeah.
boomed me.
I'll share what Arteezy texted me yesterday. He
The
said,
chat is so good.
He
They're
said,
so good.
I said, good job. Or I didn't say good job, but I said something along those lines. And he said, dude, we got boomed. After they lost the Liquid.
Yeah.
They got us. We got boomed. The RMBA memes sneak in everywhere.
Level 10 Templar Assassin. I want you to actually talk about Iceberg. Have you ever played against him?
Yes. He has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
So Iceberg used to be this really tilty guy on EU. When we were living in Berlin,
Yeah.
he would pick OD every game, and he would... Oh, God. All right.
You can continue your story. In a
Okay.
little bit.
So he would ask me to pick Omni every game.
Uh-huh.
He just asked me to pick Omni every game. So we just OD Omni... Oh, God. We would just OD Omni people every game. It
Yeah.
was great. I loved it. Picked up a lot of wins.
That sounds exactly like Iceberg.
That sounds... Iceberg's like, pick Omni. I was like, dude, I don't really want to play Omni. And then he just first
And
picks
then
OD.
He just picks OD and forces you to pick Omni.
Yeah, and then he's like, pick Omni.
What do you think about his style of mid-play? We're going to see Anna copping a missile. The rest of OG, though, comes down. They're actually going to go for the shackles here. No Tail, brave man that you are. He's going to try for it. Managed
Don't
to
fight
ran
an
into the
Undying.
Brambles, and now the Undying is just going to womp on him. Managed to give the kill to Silent. And they still have plenty of time to chase OG away and secure
Guys?
these bounty runes.
Do not fight... Do not fight Undying.
No,
Level 1. I feel like we should all know this.
that guy has 20 strength right now.
He's got 1100 HP. What do you think you're doing to that man? That's more HP than all three of those heroes combined at that bottom lane.
When I saw No Tail go for the shackles, I was just like, oh.
That is ambitious, sir.
No Tail, you are a man. fine line between bravery and
I
stupidity.
mean, Anna
is
would have
the
died
line.
there too. Is the crazy part. That was if he didn't throw down that zoning stun. But we should take a look at the lanes real fast as Zeb will be against Axe. I think they learned their lesson from letting an IO morph against an Axe. Like,
Yeah,
if this Axe watched the game at all, he should just skip.
yeah.
Dire structures are fortified.
Dire structures have been fortified though.
And they also were they also playing against a centaur?
Yeah.
In, that? in OG.
No,
Or
OG
whatever
was
that
playing. They had Axe, or they had Centaur, and they were playing against an Axe.
Yeah.
Come on, Austin, get your life together.
And Seb had that situation where he was like, I can just lane against the axe no matter how far he is.
Mhm.
So it's both like a win-win scenario, right? Like you don't want the Morphling there, and you do want the
That is
Centaur.
part of learning from your experiences, guys.
No-tail's getting a little bit low.
What is the point of making those mistakes if you don't learn from them?
Good teamwork, killing the missile.
Oh, I hate when people just let me take the missile.
Yeah.
I would report you if you just let me get hit by missiles.
Yeah. So what the axe should be doing, he's gonna take this camp, maybe pull it to the easy
Oh.
camp. I think
They
that's
make
what
it
you
go
should
onto
do.
the Dark Willow. She's
Oh,
real low.
He had the mango. He could have popped it and gone for the Shadow Realm. He could have survived, but
I mean, he could have just Shadow Realmed as well.
Yeah.
Instead of Brambling. There are two different ways to do that.
no fear. Not really impressing on the Dark Willow right now. Mid lane matchup, Thompson, Lina versus the Templar Assassin. Now this is a favorable lane for the TA, correct?
Yeah, it's not bad at all for the TA. I mean, TA doesn't really hate any lanes. That's the thing about TA. It's like, even when you play against the heroes that traditionally screw you over, like Viper, eventually you just hit Ancients and you catch up
Yeah.
anyways, because Cyblades is more or less a Battle Fury. You have a built-in Battle Fury mechanic.
Morphling seems like just such a strong aggro laner. Because if you have the right supports behind it, he wins the CS war so hard.
Yeah.
And experience being so important right now, especially in tri-lane versus tri-lane, it's going to get even worse every single deny that Morphling gets.
And Winstrike is a team that I expected to be a dark horse candidate here at TI.
Yeah, same.
A lot of people, especially after their Epicenter run, said that they were a super legit team. Then they just didn't really have anything to play aside from the qualifiers. As Thompson in mid with this DD is going to kill Iceberg. No!
Fraction does manage to go down over to the bottom lane. Jarek's being chased by all these zombies. Looks like Silence should be able to get that kill. Still has some flat cannon shots, so Anna's got to be careful. He has to waveform through everybody. Had some magic wand charges as well as could have strength morphed at any time.
And even though TA is good against the Lina, you know it's really good? A DD Lina.
Undying,
Max.
trying to go on him. It's a tri-lane versus tri-lane Undying. You're not beating that.
Yeah.
Non-Grata's doing exactly what we were talking about. Just keep on pulling the waves into neutrals. Get the extra farm.
He just started doing that, which is kind of unusual.
Yeah, I saw it. He should have been doing that. You can do that from level 2.
Dude, you can do what SRF did, and you'd have 50 CS right now.
Yeah. Especially since he went the double stout build.
I did this against ARMS when he played Lifestealer, I think. He
Yeah.
just dodged the lane. I mean, this is the nice part about Axe. He's by far the best at this.
Yep. Brambles all over the place.
He's still kind of doing it now.
I like the fact that he's pulling to the medium camp. Oh, super value. It's Satyrs, too. That feels good.
You got so excited about Satyrs.
Yeah, dude. When you're an Axe, oh, Satyrs.
I've never seen somebody so excited about Satyrs.
Always want to fly, gonna be chased down. It is an Undying. He has the decay to keep himself alive a little bit longer. They do manage to get the Brambles onto Jarek's a little bit. Ooh, Ancient deny, trying for it, always want to fly, he gets it. He manages to draw the aggro back onto him. No Fear, they're trying to get the Wisp Balls onto No Fear. He's trying to run himself away, does have the Shadow Realm. He's gonna take a good amount of damage there. Still has half HP, is healing salved up and can turn on these supports if he wants to. Needs the help of Iceberg, and Iceberg is too focused on his 1v1 to do anything.
Yeah, Jerickson no-tail just going to back out. Still, forcing the deny isn't the worst thing ever as the Axe just continues to pull the wave. He's even going to secure himself the 5-minute bounty rune. In doing so.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he blocked the pull, though. Oh, no. Or the camp that he's supposed to get. That was
Jarek's being chased by the Tombstone. They do manage to pick up the Bounty Rune. Bramble latches onto him. Jarek's is dead. No Tail tries to shackle up Silent, but he's definitely going to be a goner. And Lena can't even come into this fight. Anna can try and go for No Fear here. Does have the Shadow Realm still, so Anna won't be able to complete that kill. Takes a lot of damage in return. He actually is going to have to
He
heal
ran into the
himself
bramble
up
and
a
almost
little bit.
died. You gotta be careful. That's not the part of the woods that you want to be.
Ooh, Centaur ultimate. They're going to try and run down Silent. They've got him. Get on top of him with the Stampede to make sure he's slowed down as well. Hit him with the tether.
You had no chance. As the killing spree is going to be taken, but
Dire's top
what kind of
tower
response
is
does
under
it
attack.
elicit? As in mid lane, the TA just continues to free farm. You probably want to do something about this. Effectively, right now, Winstrike, you can make the argument that they're winning 3 lanes.
That's definitely true with the way that the Axe is going to be able to outfarm Centaur. Whoa! That's a lot of burst damage. When he's decayed and he's full agi, and then he takes the big shot of Shadow Realm. You know, Seb is not that far behind in experience. I'm not sure how that happens. Shouldn't Axe be much farther ahead of him?
I feel like
middle tower is under attack.
he took the big camps. in
Bottom lane,
response.
Tombstone laid out into the low ground. They do manage to kill it. No Tail's going to be chased down by the Gyrocopter. Magic Wand keeps him alive a little bit longer, but finally the Axe is here. What a Centaur stomp. That might just save Jarek's life, who's trying to get the flat cannon shots on him. All 3 hit, but it's not quite enough to get the kill. No Fear. Non-Grata just needs a battle hunger on him. It would have killed Jarek's. I think that Centaur saved Jarek's life.
Indeed, but Nongrata's still going for it right now. And Jarex, he's going to get run into here.
Really?
Here's the dunk.
He managed to get the dunk.
He's got another one.
Ooh, waveform into the side. Strength morphs a little bit as well.
Be careful. Everyone needs to be so much more careful as in this mid lane.
Shackles, LSA onto 2. Iceberg has another round of refraction though. Pops the trap to slow them down.
Things are getting spicy right now.
Yes, they are. 43 and 11. So the TA did win mid pretty well. And if they can kill Thompson, good dodge of the Brambles there. Even managing to chat wheel while he's dodging.
Both teams trying to get aggressive on the map early, and this has kind of been OG style. Maybe the laning phase goes a little bit rough, but they do manage to come back as Seb pops the Centaur ult. He's going to get in behind Silent. Silent drops the call down, and do they have the damage? Or one more right click should do. He's just out of range for this.
Oh, it's the raindrops and the magic wand. That extra bit of survivability doing work there. Now he's got 2 supports behind him, so he will be able to continue to farm the lane up.
Radiant's middle tower
They're
is
actually
under
giving
attack.
bottom lane to Jarek's.
Part of it is that Anna's only level 4 right now.
Yeah.
This tri-lane did not work nearly as well for him. as-
Thompson, get it! Uh-oh, but there's still a call.
Goodbye. Doesn't even go for the dunk. Saves the mana.
That mana is valuable on Axe. He doesn't have his 10 talent yet. Oh no, the stun hit Big Daddy No Tail. Anna almost killing No Tail. He does cop a lot more damage. The decay comes out, still not quite enough.
They gotta be careful up here. They can't quite kill this morph, but they can harass the hell out of him.
Finally, a bottle is picked up on Jarek's. He is very underleveled and very underfarmed. Their whole tri-lane is. They're just hoping that the farm they gave to Seb is going to be worth it.
And he's got Vanguard. He's got 1,000 gold. He's not underfarmed by any stretch. It's just the rest of his team. Things have not gone so well.
Yeah. He's just going to have to do more with less compared to the Axe.
Yeah, this is looking eerily similar to their game that they played against IG. And we all saw how that one went. Not all of us, I'm sure, because there were other games happening, but OG did win that one. They were down something like 6k gold at one point.
Yeah. That Axe was Vanguard, Blink.
Like 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was super fast.
It's not going to run into Seb here. Both heroes, though, with the Vanguard. Shouldn't really do anything.
Now Grata will have his Blink Dagger first, it looks like, by good margin.
Healthy margin.
Call him up. Get some more damage on him. You know you're fine. But
No-Tail's
No
here.
Tail's here. Maybe they can actually kill Non-Grata. It's going to be a little bit hard. They still have the Stampede, and they're going to give up on it. They do have the Dark Willow coming in, so they have to pop the Stampede just to be able to get away from Non-Grata. And they learned their lesson about how tanky this axe is.
He had magic sick charges too. He would have turned around and killed Seb.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think it's just because No-Tail doesn't really know what his purpose in this game is right now.
Yeah. He doesn't want to tri-lane anymore because the Wisp really needs the experience, right?
Oh, the
Dark
stun.
Willow has a Shadow Realm coming up, and they do have a trap on No-Tail. They can slow him down, might be able to get the kill. In fact, they're going to turn and go on to Seb instead. Nagrata
they're
reveals
fast.
his Blink Dagger with the movement speed. He's going to catch No-Tail as well. No-Tail's just going to delay the inevitable, but finally he does die. Jarek's jumped over to Thompson, who gave him the tether target, but Jarek's still has
Anna
Battle
goes down
Hunger
to top
as well
two.
as the zombies on him. Jarek's trying to get away, buying Thompson a little bit more time.
Thompson should be just fine here as
Nagrata's trying to
tries to
cut him
turn
off.
around. Oh.
He brambled and does manage to get the call onto Jarek's. He doesn't have the mana to be able to get a call out. He only needs one spin, though. Jarek's into the side, does have a tether up. It's up, he jumps away, but the Dark Willow's here. He's going to get the shot of the Shadow Realm to be able to finish off that support, but they trade out the Undying, who gets Laguna Blade. Meanwhile, they do manage to get a stun on Thompson, but they will not pursue further. And yeah, Anna died in the top lane solo to a gyrocopter?
I have no idea how that happened.
Oof.
That is surprising.
It's very
He had 20
surprising.
wand charges too, so he must have just not casted it. That's pretty significant though that he gets solo killed by that. He's level 6 right now. I don't even want to click Silent, who's level 8 going on to 9. Oh, this has been rough so far for Anna.
You know you always say that. You know always say, I don't even want to click him, and then you tell exactly what's on him.
Of course, dude. I got to. I don't
The
love
call?
horror stories, but
Shackle, good terrorize. That's going to be able to land on both of them. They're going to slow him down with the Battle Hunger. Nagrata, another call up in 4 seconds, but Jarek's is here with a Wisp. They're going to give up on this fight. Still, though, they forced rotations, and they can just still... They're so healthy, they can just keep farming.
Austin, I've got to face my fears so that
That's
the
true.
viewers have the info.
That's true.
I've got to deliver
Haste.
This is the sacrifice he makes for you, chat.
just for you guys. His top lane.
You could call it my sacrifice.
Remember when Jacob didn't know that Creed was a Christian band? That's milk for anybody wondering who would be that stupid. As at top,
Seb? He's going for Silent by himself. They must want to reload. What? Seb is crazy. He stomps Undying, but now he's just going to be chased by the gyrocopter underneath
Another
this
decay?
tier 1 tower. They've got another decay.
Bonk.
There's no way Seb actually gets away from this.
Okay.
He had to have wanted a relocate in.
At bottom, though,
Oh, Anna! He's too below the Shadow Realm. It's not there in time.
playing with fire right now, as Anna just hit level 7. No Fear has been 7 for some time. As Thompson's looking for it right now. He's got a Yule Scepter. He might just find the trajectory.
Good
Lands the
hit.
stun from the fog. Is Non-Grata?
Nagrata was waiting for his support to pop the shrine, and sadly, he will have to drink alone tonight.
He was being a good teammate.
Dire's top tower is under
Thompson
attack.
and No-Tail can both use a little bit of a top off as well. So they'll head up to their shrine.
And at 13 minutes in, it's going to be a 3K gold lead for Winstrike. And mind you, we have seen OG way too many times in these positions, but this one feels a little bit different. I feel like Winstrike just has a better lineup as it scales, too, than IG did. And it feels like they're playing faster.
Yes.
Like, this axe has been everywhere, whereas we felt like SRF, I think, he slowed down his momentum. He got into some really silly fights.
OG still have this lineup that late game will probably outscale Winstrike, but I agree in the fact that Winstrike's lineup scales better than IG's.
Yeah, it doesn't
Right.
matter what your previous
same
score has been.
situation.
What matters is how you play now. As the call comes down onto Seb, here
They
comes
have
the call down.
so much magic damage to throw on a Seb. There is no saving him.
Radiant's middle
No-Tail's going to be
tower
spotted. He has no boots.
Dude,
Only
always
a
want to
one
fly,
place.
and No-Tail at 14 minutes are both still level 5.
Yeah.
You think either of them are enjoying themselves? I mean, sure.
Radiant
Always
bottom
want to fly is
tower
enjoying
is
himself.
under
I guarantee it.
attack.
Dude, No-Tail with no boots.
He is not enjoying himself. No one likes playing an under-farmed Shadow Show.
No one likes playing 15 minutes in with no boots. That's what we should say.
He's got the poor man's boots, though.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Yeah, that's the
bottom
windlace,
tower has
you know?
fallen.
He's got the shoelaces, but
Dire's
not the
top
shoes,
tower
you know?
is under attack.
BKB next item for Silent. You know,
Dire's
I
top
like
tower
that.
has fallen.
I think that's the timing they need to dominate. They just need to win the game at 25 minutes. Oh, the call misses, and Thompson managed to get the Yule Scepter. Good little sidestep by him. Now, Nangrata is probably still going to be fine because he's a super tank. Seb does have a blink dagger. He's going to go for the stomp. Maybe the axe is low. The Terrorize going to come in. Does manage to hit Thompson. Nangrata survives a little bit longer. Wait for him in. Anna gets the kill. But can he get out? Or is he just going to throw his life on the flames to be able to get a kill? He's called out. A 3-man stun. Silent. He comes in for the cleanup.
Everyone's
He's killed
getting
Anna.
cleaned up.
Thompson's going down as well. And No Tail, the final hero, turns around with the Ether Shock. Shackles a little bit, but he's dead. And Seb, well, Always Wanna Fly is going to stay on top of him. They have the Psionic Trap to be able to slow him down. Finally, the TP comes out. The stun is just not there. But a big win for the Winstrike team.
I think you just cast your ult there onto the axe. It
Yes.
forced the Morphling to overcommit, which then forces Jarex to overcommit.
Yeah.
And they got crushed in that fight. What OG does so well is defending that mid-tier 1 tower, and they weren't able to do it this time around as Silent gonna pick up the bounty rune in front of No Tail. No Tail, 100 gold in, doesn't have his boots. If you click on both the supports, neither of them have their boots at 16 minutes. A lot less surprising, of course, for Jarex, but it goes to show you
And Io's not supposed to have
it's
boots.
lean times. It's lean times.
This man will probably get his full spirit vessel before boots, right?
Gotta eat that turtle meat. Man.
What?
Never mind. But Thompson, I just feel like he was just way too greedy there on the axe. He just
Yeah.
felt like I have a DD.
Just kill him.
I'm just gonna right click it.
And it's not like it's a bad hero to kill either. It's not a bad hero to overcommit for. Like, that man's going to have Blade Mail soon, and then you're going to be really screwed.
You noticed too from our previous cast where we said you don't want the axe to ever be the top net worth in your heroes because he's gonna die.
Yeah.
At some point, you just have to die as axe. And they're gonna go for the smoke before they go for the Roshan, and they might just run into Jarex
Oh,
here.
Jarex
One
has a
hit.
big burst damage with the Desolator. Managed to almost kill him with the Terrorize. The zombie's still going to try and chase him out, but they're just going to
zombie,
deal with
it's
Anna
got
instead. Iceberg. Oh, he barely lives. The zombie does not manage to kill Jarex. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, No Tail super low. Nangrata, he has a Culling Blade. He'll just right-click him down instead of going for the Culling Blade. He'll save the Culling Blade for Seb. Brings him down.
Oh, they are just getting run at left, right, and center. Although Jarex does survive with 15 HP.
Yo,
he
that
almost
was-
went down to the melded Desoed zombie.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
but he has no turn rate, so.
He got him. He got him.
Yo, I want to give props to Nangrata for that.
Yeah.
For him not Culling Blading the Shadow Shaman, he wouldn't have had the mana to Culling Blade the Seb Centaur. So that was very smart of him.
It's just disciplined play all
Yeah.
around. This is the Winstrike that everybody sort of expected because this OG squad is not bad. They've been on quite the rise. They've only lost 1 game out of the last 8, winning the other 7, but what matters here, everything gets washed away in the past if you 2-0 here, if you're Winstrike.
We have not done a single Winstrike cast, right?
No, I'm hyped.
Dude,
I mean,
everyone is just telling us these guys are garbage, and they show up, they look really good here.
they look really good here. This is the type of controlled aggression that we expected. These guys play like, I mean, they knocked VP out of Epicenter.
Yeah.
These guys are a legit squad. No matter how bad you are, you don't just walk into wins against VP.
5-man smoke from OG.
They've got the Shadow Blade, and No Fear might be the one to cop this, but he's going to run down.
You know what's interesting? They're not trying to do a 3-man smoke with a relocate in.
Yeah. No Fear or No Tail.
Thompson does manage to hit the LSA, but the
he's
call
already
with
got
3 of them with the Blade Mail! Thompson's going to be the first one to go down. Can't quite get the Culling Blade. Now Anna comes in, does manage to blow up a support, but he's quite low. Grata needs to be able to eat his way out of the Serpent Wards, but they don't need to help him out. He's going to be good. Instead, it's Anna. Chased down with a Desolator, Melt Strike. Now the call
Tommy,
and
come on!
again!
Roshan's
Grata
even helping.
Stop him! 4 dead from OG, and Winstrike are like, hello, we just want a team
Okay,
fight.
cool.
Let's take Roche too.
Roshan pops his head out. It's like, Jarex, this one's for me.
That was such a beautiful call.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
OG just fed it to him, to be honest. That man was trying to just call Lena, and he got 2 other heroes with him.
I feel like Thompson's initiation there, it felt a little bit rushed because the Shadow Blade was running out.
Yeah.
He just sees No Fear. They don't have vision, though, in that area, and vision wins fights. Nangrata was just like, oh, well, I guess 3 of you are here.
Yeah.
That's a freebie.
Like, he's just so far forward ahead of everyone else. They need their Centaur in front.
Yeah. But they decided to opt for the Shadow Bladed Lena, and it's going to hurt them quite bad as Iceberg now has a Deso, almost has the BKB. He's had the Deso, I should say. But Deso Blink BKB at 20 minutes. That is... That's
Plus,
a
it was
crazy
the
amount of
fact
harm.
that they're a 5-man smoked. Winstrike, the way they played, very
Oh,
defensively.
No Tail,
they
you
knew.
still don't have boots. It's 20 minutes.
Oh, Zona Fly is dead. No tail. He's also going to be dying here. Both the 5 positions are dead. Silent's going to try and throw down the defensive call. Turns around and manages to get a good amount of black-handed shots. Thompson is almost dead. They have to be careful of Non-Grata, trying to keep their distance. Jarrett's going to go for the heal a little bit. They're going to relocate it back, leaving Seb to die here as he managed to get called up. Triple kill for Non-Grata again. The boy cannot be stopped. That was a 3 versus 5, while the 2 at top go for the tier 3.
Iceberg will not be denied this win. You can sense the urgency that Winstrike is playing with right now. This is their TI lives on the line.
Top center in the back line with a Shadow Blade is going for the quick execution onto No Fear. He does not have the Laguna Blade though, so they will be able to get the Shadow Realm. Now they're turning around with the Terrorize. Eul Scepter to be able to dodge that disable, but Non-Grata is here to be able to get the back line. Does manage to cut down No Tail again. Thompson's falling, and Winstrike control OG's base. And I'm sure OG, they may be quick to call the GG here because Winstrike is dominating them.
Yeah, there's no quit in this Winstrike squad against this surging OG team. Again, both teams controlling their fate, but Winstrike playing a little bit better here. 31-9, 17K is the deficit. Non-Grata is 15-1-4.
I think that Non-Grata was the standout player.
Unanimous MVP here.
For this game, absolutely, yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He parlayed his farm into winning the game for them.
Yeah.
Which is what I felt like SRF didn't do in the series that they played against OG, as they still have the Aegis, keep in mind. They've got the BKB on the TA. All the items are filtering in. Your Shaman still doesn't have boots.
No Tail is going to end the game without boots, potentially. Unless they can win this fight. Iceberg's going to be able to finish up that second melee Rax that falls. And it turns into a Templar Assassin, gives himself the Meld Strike.
I mean, they've got to commit for this potentially, but instead, Winstrike going to back out. Oh, No Tail's got his boots money almost.
Bottom shrine is under attack.
Meanwhile, Seb and Jarrex are still smoked up together, trying to find an initiation while Winstrike takes that shrine.
And they're going to get the rest of the bounty runes here. Their scan does ping, and they know that somebody's there, but unfortunately for them, No Fear is going south.
Dude, Winstrike won this game so quickly, they're still a tier 1 in bottom lane while they've taken the lanes of Raxus in the other.
Oh, No Fear, you are real far ahead here as he's going to run into Ana. Thought about throwing out the Terrorize, but he's hasted, and he'll just do laps around him as the rest of the team.
There's the call on to Jarrex. Seb and Jarrex were together trying to set up a kill on somebody for so long, but I think one of the really great things that Winstrike is doing very well that IG did not is they're playing around their axe. Like, they're just playing around each other. They know their team fights better. Why would you split up?
That is the classic IG.
Yeah.
Let's split up, never take fights together. And they might just trade a tower. Right now, I think that OG have almost 100% won this game. I just want to see my boy No Tail with some boots. He's going to get him
They're
here.
Gonna get him.
It took 23 minutes, and to the second would be...
Dire's bottom tower.
Yo, that's the real stat I want to see. Alan, if you're
23-13.
listening, I want to hear what the latest boots timing is.
23-13 is pretty late. I mean, there will be a lot of IOs, like non-IO, right?
Yeah. Non-IO, non-Weaver as well, right? So it's carry Weavers who don't go
Radiant
boots.
structures are fortified.
This has been an
Dire's
absolute
bottom
shellacking
tower
right now.
has fallen.
Seb
Radiant's
set
top
up,
tower
ready to
is
go with
under
his
attack.
blink stun. They do have Manta now for the Mord Fling. Don't think that changes too much for the
Dire's
fight.
structures
The trap
are
is laid out.
fortified.
Seb is going to stand on top of it. Iceberg knows he's got a he's got a Crystallis.
Crimson Guard trying to slow down this push on the tier 3. Blinks away before he takes the Spirit Ball damage. Does have another refraction up in 5 seconds. Of course, he obviously has the Aegis as well, so.
All Winstrike has to do is not lose this game. So I feel like there's not a whole lot of options for OG. They just have to hope that Winstrike sort of throw. As there's a DD Iceberg coming in. Everyone's got their BKBs up. There's an Aghanim Scepter onto Silent. The items are all here. The Axe has
Aegis
completed.
out. They're going to go for a relocate to push out top lane. Why did they do that so close?
Oh, they are.
They
gonna
have a
get punished
trap
for this.
right there.
They're going to get punished for
Oh
this.
no, they're gonna get terrorized as they come back in the call onto 2. They've already taken the fight against OG. Now they come back with a 3-man terrorize. OG, what did you expect out of that? They're quickly GG out. They're whew, what folly that team fight was.
I don't think it mattered in the least,
No.
but it looked funny. It definitely looked funny.
I mean, the moment, like, even if they didn't see where they relocated out,
Oh, they knew they.
it's still the fact that they relocated out, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
gonna take
we
that
could just
fight."
take off. We just run at them right now while they're
like,
two
we
away.
still see 2 heroes. We're gonna just call you. There's no way to lose this fight.
Wow.
As OG are gonna get decimated.
Yeah.
24 minutes in, 36 kills for Winstrike. That's my favorite thing. When a team averages more than, I always bring that up. I love that.
Winstrike have now guaranteed themselves not last place.
Does that mean
They are going to be either tied, and if they win the next game, they'll beat IG.
if there's a tie for other ties in order of importance head-to-head, does the head-to-head result matter when it comes to this?
I don't believe so.
I feel like it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. I don't think it should matter for a 2-game series.
Yeah. So right now, Winstrike is 4-11, and if they 2-0 this, then they will be eliminating IG, and similarly, OG would now be in a position where they would have to rely on Fnatic to lose 2-0 to EG. So Fnatic also have the option of securing their fate. With that loss, I believe that means that LGD has secured themselves no matter what the 3rd slot.
Yeah.
In this group.
9 and 5.
Oh,
Not
man.
too surprising.
Things are getting insane.
Group A's very strong. Goddamn. All right, guys, that is going to be it. Still a lot on the line for the second game of OG Winstrike. Can they eliminate IG effectively, or will we be going to tiebreakers? We'll see after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Game 2, Winstrike versus OG. Again, Winstrike are currently tied with IG. If they lose this game, they will have to go into a tiebreaker against IG. But if they win, they secure themselves a slot into the main event of the International and knock IG out. That is what it's at stake right now. William, what's at stake for OG?
For OG, if they win this game, no matter what, they're good.
They will be
They
top
will be
4.
in the top 4. They don't even have to 2-0 anymore because Fnatic lost a game against EG. So they even have more leeway. All they have to do is win this one game, and they will absolutely have secured themselves a top placing. It is very likely, though, regardless of the results of this for OG, that they will be, because Fnatic is playing against the strongest or second strongest team in the group, probably the second strongest, most people would argue, against EG right now, and it looks like they got crushed if their game finished before ours. So
yeah.
so right now we're in a position where it would actually be for OG this game. You still want to win because you don't want to
You don't want to leave it to chance.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it to EG to have to win that game for you.
Also, you're probably not looking at Fnatic right now. And
No, you're
looking
just
at their
playing your own
series,
game.
you're trying to figure out how to win your own game.
Yeah, exactly. So if you win your own game,
they
it
don't
wouldn't
even
matter
know.
to begin
Yeah.
with. And for Winstrike, everything would be set. If they just win this game, you've secured yourself into the main event, and then all sins are forgiven.
Yes.
Anything can happen at the main event.
Yes.
Dog, I've seen some real garbage teams that just make crazy runs. Remember DC? I coached that team after. You can do it. Anything can happen.
You can be DC.
It's like that Kevin Garnett thing. Anything is possible. Truly anything can happen. All you have to do is get in.
And part of the process of going from garbage group stage team to a main event winner, or a team that just makes that big surge through.
And we already said you double your money.
Part of that process is figuring out something about Dota, figuring out what works for you, figuring out something about the meta, and it does look like Winstrike. I don't know. I have not seen very many of their games. Most of their games, where we're sitting out in the lounge and I see Winstrike and I'm seeing they're getting stomped and I'm just like, that does not look interesting to watch whatsoever. But the Winstrike we saw in last game against OG,
they were ownage.
They look like they figured something out.
They were ownage.
Yeah.
They were so good. There's a lot of different scenarios in which this works, but all that matters is win, and you have secured yourself. For both teams. For OG, if you win this game, you have absolutely secured yourself a top 4. For Winstrike, if you win this game, you're not out of the tournament. You just doubled your money. That's so much more money. I don't got that kind of cash. If I had that kind of cash, Austin, we wouldn't be casting together.
That is absolutely true.
I'd be doing
We've
other
had
stuff with my time.
A lot of conversations about this.
If I just had a little bit more money.
William said that if he Freaky Friday'd with LeBron James, he wouldn't even let me into the mansion.
Not even a little bit.
I would be standing out there in the gates, and we'll just be like, "Who you? Who dat?"
If I had $300 million in my bank account right now, Austin, I would give you $10. All right, so we have the draft started. We've got the Wyvern, which has been a very good pick for OG, but instead it's been stolen by Winstrike. And alternatively, you've got Nature's Prophet.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a very strong hero against.
They finally get their Pugna too.
That is a super good response to Wyvern and Ursa, right? Like Cold Embrace, Pugna loves it when you Cold Embrace. He's just gonna life drain and blast you, and then he's a great counter pick to Ursa with the Decrepify. Wyvern was supposed to be a good choice against the Nature's Prophet, but seeing these first 2 pickups, I feel like OG does have an advantage. But they also reveal 2 of their cores initially.
Yes.
So
and I think Wyvern is actually quite nice against Nature's Prophet.
Yes.
Although Pugna
I
is
agree.
good against both of those heroes. Because you can just decrep whoever gets cursed up.
That's what I'm saying, dog. I'm down with the Wyvern versus Nature's Prophet. I think that was very smart. But then they just opened themselves up to a really good Pugna pick.
And obviously you said about the Ursa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
5
Ursa's such a
seconds
weird hero.
remaining.
You already know my gripes with that hero. Although I think I saw an Ursa win recently.
What are your gripes with that hero?
I just feel like he
Turn to
doesn't
ban.
win you the game. He wins you the lane, but he's not a game winner. And I notoriously hate those game winning non.
So wait, do you also hate TA? Because I feel like they're very similar
No,
heroes.
because I think TA just has much more farming potential, and
Okay.
She just does things more. She's like more reliable.
Yes.
Because if you get behind on the hero,
Because you
just
could hit
ancients,
Yeah, it's like you can't do that
and
with Ursa.
I would say she also carries the game harder than
5
Ursa.
Oh,
seconds
for sure. Well,
remaining.
because she has traps. That's
Yeah.
like the main thing. You have a built-in Earth Shock.
Yeah.
You've got traps. It does damage too.
The biggest characteristics that they share is the fact that they both win their lane and they're great Roshan heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, I think that
Winstrike's turn to
Ursa is
ban.
just kind of like a. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan, I guess.
Mm.
I see EG use it very well, and what they do is that they just make S4 play it. They're like,
Yeah.
S4, it's you. Go on, dude. Good luck.
Vici Gaming beat Virtus Pro with a support Ursa today.
Oh, God. Every time that's successful, it just makes me a little bit sad. Because, guys, no offense, but none of you should try it.
Yeah.
None of you
10
will make it
seconds
work.
remaining.
None of you are the chosen ones. If you've got a
5
problem with that,
seconds
please tweet
remaining.
at Dota Capitalist with your concerns about how I flamed you. But
See, here's the thing: is that Blitz said that I couldn't make it, and I
Winstrike's
may
turn
only
to
be a
pick.
3K player. But I feel like because I watch professional Dota and I really understand the drafting, I call heroes all the time. I really feel like that my mindset is in a 7, maybe even 8K player
maybe
level.
even 8.
But the 3K level, the trench that I'm stuck in, it's a team game, you know.
It's
And
a
if my
team game.
teammates can't listen to me, how could I
game.
possibly get to the 8K player level that I am?
Indeed, indeed. As Earthshaker is picked up.
I like the bands from Winstrike, the Arc Warden, Draw Ranger.
Yeah, big fan. I think Dro's really nice against Ursa.
Yeah.
Plus, you have 2 range heroes already, so it pairs up well.
Earthshaker. Good answer to
10
Nature's
seconds
Prophet. I think he's
remaining.
pretty good versus Pugna as well.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds remaining.
You got a lot of catch on Winstrike. A lot of catch.
Yes, sir.
You've got a blinking Ursa slow, and then you've got the range of Wyvern, Winter's Curse is really long range, Earthshaker, Fisher, and Blink Echo Slam. I think OG, they put a lot of eggs in the winning lanes basket.
Yeah.
With Nature's Prophet Pugna.
I wonder what your Wyvern has been taken away, which has been Jerax's hero, his Tour de Force hero. I mean, you're gonna take towers fast, like you said. It's like you have a lot of push. Your laning is pretty good. What's been popular lately? With
When you have pushing cores, what kind of supports do you want?
you want catch, so that if the game goes terribly, for whatever reason, you can kind of recover.
What about?
Let me see what they picked with Dota Buff OG. Let's take a look.
I will,
Winstrike's turn
you know,
to
I know
ban.
it's Thompson and everything. I will put a small little note that it's entirely possible they run a 4-position Pugna. There has been a lot of those at this tournament. I don't think they're going to,
I need to look at their Mindski series.
but anything is possible. Rubik against Earthshaker. Instant disable against Ursa.
Okay,
I think
so
it's pretty
10
nice against Winter
seconds
Wyvern as
remaining.
well.
Flopson played Lena in that game. They had a
5
Dro,
seconds remaining.
Anna, and they had Silencer plus Earthshaker themselves. Silencer would be pretty nice here.
No. That was first ban. They take away all the obnoxious supports on Winstrike.
Yeah, and they took the
Enchantress.
Wyvern themselves. That's good.
Shen.
So what do you think? Who's playing that Rubik? Who's playing that Rubik?
You know, I kind of like.
Why did he change his name to Flopson?
I mean, that's just his.
It's just
Pub
a meme.
name.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
I was gonna say I like Wind Ranger for OG, but they've got Wyvern on Winstrike. I kind of wanted to like a scaling support, you know. I like Wind Ranger versus Ursa. Core hero for Winstrike. They're the ones picking after all. Pugna, Nature's Prophet. You could run a lot of people have liked picking Necrophos against Nature's Prophet, but then you're picking Necrophos into Pugna. That feels pretty bad.
OG's turn to pick.
I really hate playing Necrophos into Pugna.
So they're gonna do a core Wind Ranger.
Yeah, because the thing is, even if you get Hood,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel very good.
Yeah, you can't do anything about life drain. It's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
annoying.
Iceberg is so sick Wind Ranger.
Yeah, he is. Have they been playing Wind Ranger?
I have no idea.
I didn't.
This
I
is the
didn't see
first
it in
Winstrike
their.
game.
I didn't see it in the
10
drafts that I looked at.
We've
Turn
been
to
casting
battle.
we've been here for like 14 hours a day, and so I get one game a day that I get to watch at the very end. And so far, that is not
you,
been
have,
Winstrike games.
you haven't chose a Winstrike game yet?
If I'm just
What do you
being honest
mean?
here, I don't go back and watch Winstrike games in the comfort of my hotel room. I've been choosing all of the liquid ones.
You didn't choose the team that was 3-9 or whatever.
I also got to see a VGJ
Ten
Storm.
Yo, did they
game
do it?
remaining.
Are they doing Thompson Invoker and they're doing a 4-position Pugna?
Hell yeah.
I just want to point
5
out
seconds
that I
remaining.
said that was a possibility.
Mm-hmm. Madcap, your ability to praise yourself is just out of all the casters, it's by far maybe actually you might not even be the best at that because Toby does exist. So you might not even be the best at that shitty thing.
What does OG take for their safe lane here? What do they need? Weaver? I know they're facing a Wyvern, but Weaver's super good versus Ursa. You can get an MKB versus Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I think Weaver. I mean, Weaver's just good against Ursa. In
Yeah.
general, he's good against Earthshaker, like all the blink counselors and everything like that is nice. I like it, anyways.
OG's turn to ban.
They're gonna take away Spectre.
Although you'd be playing, yeah, I mean, you have Rubik on your team, so you don't really
yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
have to worry about that. What good stuff is there for Rubik to steal? Fissure, Power Shot, Shackle Shot. Don't take Fury Swipes. That's a bait.
Wah, 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 wah.
That's definitely a bait.
10
Dude, he could
seconds
take Fury
remaining.
Swipes after he steals Arctic Burn.
5 seconds remaining.
That's the play. He steals Arctic Burn, and then he pops it, and then he steals Fury Swipes, and then he's
OG's turn
from
to
long
pick.
distance.
That would be, if that actually happens, that'd be one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my life.
It will do a good 100 damage to everybody.
Pow!
OG ban away the Shadow Fiend. It feels like Winstrike do need like you know,
How does he
they need
steal?
a winning carry.
Oh, we're saying Fury
10
Swipes. You mean
seconds
Overpower.
remaining.
Apologies. We
Oh.
meant Overpower.
5
Yes.
seconds remaining.
That one is actually our fault. We meant Overpower.
They could do core puck. They could also do support Nature's Prophet, but we're thinking it's going to be some sort of carry here.
Winstrike's turn to pick.
Phantom Lancer. Yeah, Phantom Lancer versus Ursa. It's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's going
It's
into
nice
an
against-
Earthshaker, though.
It's nice against Wind Ranger, too.
Yeah. I think it's also kind of a block pick.
Mhm.
Phantom Lancer would not have been bad against OG.
Yeah, you can also do a lot with that. Like, there's, I mean, what kills it, right?
Yeah.
I guess Pugna. No,
10
not even Pugna's
seconds
very annoying.
remaining.
So for Winstrike, you need a
5
offlaner or a
seconds
carry because that
remaining.
Ursa can do either. And if you're looking at it,
You've got Axe and Legion are both bad versus Pugna. And I'm not sure how much you want it versus Invoker either. There's like Sven out there for carries.
Oh, that's a
Choose
Mirana.
your hero.
I like that. Then you have a Mirana Shaker.
You've got a Maelstrom builder.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so they're gonna actually put Iceberg on the Mirana against Thompson's Revolutionary Quaswex Invoker who gets Spirit Vessel. Big fan of that.
Do you think Maranata's better than Wind Ranger?
I actually think that it's gonna be a non-grata Earthshaker. So
Oh,
more
so
mixing things up.
support Wind Ranger.
Yeah, support Wind Ranger.
That's interesting.
I think that it's important for that Earthshaker to just get more farm.
Yeah,
So
because he's the hard counter to
Yeah,
Phantom Lancer.
exactly.
They raised him in farm priority.
I mean, he's gonna need a BKB or something at some point.
Yeah.
So
10 seconds
like this
remaining.
Earthshaker needs like 3 items to be really good in this game. Otherwise, the Pugna's gonna
5
just like
seconds remaining.
He wants an Aghanim Scepter. They are going to do support Nature's Prophet, put the Seb Pugna, and so our lanes.
They're putting a lot on the. I have heard so much about this Thompson Invoker. I asked Rezo at the summit. I think he listed 3 mid players that he had played against, and he said they were all good. And then off stream, I'm gonna sell my boy Rezo out right now. I said, which one's the best though? And he said, I think Thompson is. His Invoker is super good. And Rezo, I mean, Rez is actually a pretty complimentary player, but yeah, he just said that
That's true.
Thompson's a really good player. Thompson is sick good, so I'm waiting to see it.
All right, Thompson, you have been letting us down.
A little bit.
As commentators.
Little
We have pretty much gotten every bad game of Thompson.
Yeah,
Gods and Purge were saying they had some games where Thompson was zoning and stuff, but
I think I checked. Thompson in our games has been like 4 and like 27 or something. It's a real bad record right now.
Yeah.
But they're winning those games,
They're
so we've
still
got
winning.
some weird jinx. Some weird.
which would you rather? Well, no, that's pretty obvious. You would rather be.
You would rather win.
You would rather win
Yeah.
at TI. But in general, Blitz Dota, if there wasn't money involved, would you rather look good but lose the game, or look bad and win the game?
I'd rather
For battle.
win the game because I'm a winner.
I don't actually believe that.
Not even for a bit.
I-
Anyways,
not
getting
for
into
a
the
second.
game.
You definitely would rather look good.
That's why I played on Zephyr. So Seb is going to have this win lace just kind of run at the lane. This is what Pugnas do best. He's got 357 move speed. Jarex is going to join him up there, it looks like.
Okay, so I want to kind of tackle this Pugna builds. So I've been experimenting with Pugna offlane quite a bit. I don't think you need mangoes. I think mangoes are a trap.
You think mangoes are a trap?
Yeah, I think you get more stats. I think you get like circlet, maybe even a mantle, double tangos. I think you actually get fairy fire as well.
30
I think the
seconds
important
to
thing
go.
is that you dominate, you utilize your stats to be able, and your movement speed and everything, to just right-click the enemy heroes and secure CS better.
Okay.
You don't need mangoes.
You don't need mangoes.
You don't need mangoes. You have so much mana to start the game with. But we'll see how Seb plays it. And he's got a very good lane. Should be able to beat Ursa pretty handedly.
The battle begins.
I learned that watching some pro. I don't remember what it was, but he was playing pub games.
Was it Forev?
No, it wasn't Frev.
Was it?
I follow a lot of Frev games, but it wasn't. That one was not Frev.
I'm not going to go down the list of people that you might have watched. Was it Kezu?
No. Thompson versus Iceberg mid. So I've heard a lot about Iceberg being a very oppressive mid laner.
Yes.
Is that how you would describe his style?
That's a good way to put it. And he just runs at you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
People are saying like he's just really annoying to play against.
Yeah, he just runs at you.
And whenever players say that, that is what like one of the highest compliments.
Oh yeah,
I
because
think.
you never really want to give. The thing about it, guys, is that mid players, aside from a few, really hate giving praise to other mid players.
Yeah.
Because what that is acknowledging that somebody else could be good. And mid is an ego role.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be garbage compared to you. I've never heard a mid player compliment another mid player.
You got to be able to just know you can outplay that guy.
Yeah. No, people think of it as cocky, but I honestly think that if you've played anything competitive, like realistically, of course, you might know your place, but you have to be able to convince yourself that you can perform at that level.
Yeah.
And so for Thompson, you know, if he just said, everyone sucks but me, I'm down for it. As the stun, gonna fly onto No-Tail. He doesn't have a TP.
Nice Fisher block. They do
Skilled.
have a TP scroll. He could have TP'd scrolled.
Oh, he would have had plenty of time.
That boy did not have to give up first blood. But then at the same time, he would have had to run back to lane.
That is true.
So maybe he judged that it was better for him to continue his lane presence.
I don't think
immediately?
giving up first blood was.
I don't think so either, but you know.
Seb says Roshan after his teammate's death.
They could try. No-Tail just keeps on running and always want to fly. He just keeps on being super annoying. He does finally have his level 2, so if he dies here, he can come right back. He's just trying to create some space for Anna to get farm and not get shut out by that Earthshaker. And
I
they
don't
will
think have to
finally
quite
be
worry
able
about
to
that.
net.
Oh, No Fear is maybe dead here.
They have
Oh,
the
nice.
telekinesis. Fade bolt up in 8 seconds. Thompson is kind of busy at the can't rotate over.
No, he doesn't want to either.
Dude, look at No-Tail. He is committed to this. I'm gonna run at you. It'd be super annoying. And just keeps on getting hit by Splinter Blast. They do not have the mana for a Fissure, but Nagrana has the movement speed because of the first blood that he can get a second kill now on Big Daddy No-Tail. Meanwhile, the Courier ends up going down, sniped out by No Fear when he picked up an Invis rune.
Man, this lane at bottom has gone disastrously, and more importantly, this bottom lane's gone disastrously, and this mid lane, especially after losing the courier, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt Thompson a lot.
But Thompson's doing fine because he's a Quasex Invoker. This is like the one hero that shouldn't really care too much about not having access to a courier.
You can't get harassed out of lane.
Yeah, exactly. Iceberg just has to be patient here, not die, and get his salve, and then he's gonna win this lane.
Thompson's positioning himself, threaten the tornado and cold snap.
Spoil that shot.
Just gonna pop the salve. Thompson, are you gonna throw out the tornado?
Thought
No
about
hip
it.
check. Is just gonna let him salve up to full. You're never gonna just out harass with Mirana is the thing against a Quasex Invoker.
Yeah.
Guy's regenning for 12. You pretty much hit for kittens.
Jarek's telekinesis. Seb's going to be able to run him down. Does manage to get another blast, but the Decrepify comes after the blast. That might have made the difference.
Yeah. No Fear's just gonna salve up. Seb, just getting very aggressive in this lane, is winning in CS as Iceberg is kind of getting shut right now in mid. Is CSing well, but just has to constantly ferry himself regen. Can't feel very good.
Managed to get the pull onto the hard camp. Silent comes in, does manage to snatch up most of the CS. Yeah, he gets it all. So nothing is denied away from him.
Yeah, in this bottom lane, with this Earthshaker, he's got a bottle now, Cap. He's playing for the lane win.
Yeah. I mean, it's always like when you're really winning your lane and you can get bottle before the 5-minute bounty runes, it's so tempting, right? It's like, I'm going to have guaranteed 6 charges.
Yeah, because Ana is getting harassed real heavy here, but he does have a salve to work with.
Top lane, looks like they were trying to go onto Seb here. Also chasing Jarek's. He's already got 2 levels of the Fury swipes on him. Can't afford to let Silent get close enough. Jarek's is just a bit faster than him.
He's going to run into No-Tail here as... Oh, that might have just gotten No-Tail killed.
He does end up going down to the Splinter Blast. The fight continues. Nice shackle shot. 7. It's going to be Does have 10 magic stick charges. They're fighting over the bounty runes. And No Fear. He snacks it up and runs away. Seb's going to be beaten down by Silent. Oh, barely bottled up in time. What a bottle pickup by Seb. Jarek's going to try and stay alive underneath the shrine. They do Decrepify up Silent, so he's a little bit slow and won't be able to catch up to Derek's. They full healed up, so Silent's got to get out of here. Big Daddy No-Tail did manage to cut off No Fear. I'm not sure if he... How many bounty runes did they get?
Let's take a look. Winstrike got 3.
Maybe he denied?
I mean, I saw No Fear take the one at top, and I imagine they took the 2 at bottom.
No,
At bottom,
I'm only counting
Ana.
3 on the score thing.
Ana.
Anna? Anna? He's got magic stick charges. He's fine. He's baiting them in. He's baiting them in. Look at
baiting them hard
He's
right
getting the all chat. He has Doppelganger. He's going to dodge that. He does manage to turn around. Lance
Oh, he misses
the Fisher. Oh, no, Nagrata. That is going to miss the kill. Anna's going to be able to land to make it. Oh, they got the Splinter Blast. They're okay. Still, though, Nagrata will die. Seb is forced to rotate down here with No-Tail to be able to trade out 1 for 1.
He might have not had to die there if he hits that fissure.
Yes. I think so, too.
But Seb does not like that rotation.
no, he
Because
doesn't.
that's gonna force Ana to top.
Thing is, more important than anything, he needs to hit the aftershock. Right?
Yeah.
He's got the 1-1-3 build. Jackal shot latches onto Ana, trying to run into the Ursa lane. Immediately, it's going to be chased away. He does have a doppelganger. He's going to use it last second, but No
look
Fear is
at
going to
this.
try and
He
run
might
him
just die
down
back to back.
underneath the towers. Silence coming so close. Does have the clap. Does manage to get him. The Earth Shock slows him down, finish him off. Thrown into the tower. No Fear takes most of the tower shots. Jarek's does not have a Fate Bolt for 5 seconds. Shackle shot doesn't actually land. It's kind of hard. He is fearless, man. He doesn't care about Silent whatsoever. He really wants to be able to kill No Fear. Sees him for a moment, managed to get the Fate Bolt, but it wasn't quite enough damage, and now blocked in. He tried to block away Silent to get to the other side of the trees.
And now Silent might just pick up another kill. No-Tail's getting low. One more hit will do it. He has
Decrepify? Seb? Can he actually save him? He's going to go for the life drain kill onto Silent with the blast. He does manage to kill him. Yes. No-Tail does die, but Seb is going to pick up big time here if he kills a core and a support as well. Always want to fly, trying to get back to his tower, though, and Seb is going to give up chase.
Still not the worst trade in the world, but losing heroes back-to-back, especially the way that Ana died, is going to free up space at bottom, and this is really going to hurt his game and slow things down for him. Doesn't even have boots yet, just the Aquila.
Tower is under attack.
As he fakes the lance, not going to throw it out.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top
Grab.
tower is under attack.
Seb. He sees all this. They also have a ward, though, so they see Seb, so they're not going to get close enough to get blasted, live trained. But they don't want to give up their safe lane tower. So they're going to try and put a stop to the siege wagon push that is coming in with a Pugna Furion. They know how important towers are to the strategy of OG. Don't want to give up that early map control. They're going to be able to get the shackle shot onto Seb. He has Decrepify. Nice use of the Sprout. Decrepify not going to go off just yet. Uses on the Ursa. Life draining him up. Silence trying to get away, but the body blocks. Beautiful body blocks by Seb, and Silent ends up falling. Seb cleans him up with the life drain. Now going to be able to maybe get the blast onto Always Want to Fly with the tornado hitting him as well. EMP, Always Want to Fly is definitely dead. No Fear is going to have to TP away. Do they have any stuns? Cold Snap's on cooldown.
Oh, they lost Anna
won't
again.
Get it. Anna. Did he get Echo Slammed?
He got Echo
He
Slammed.
got Echo Slammed.
Oh, this is the one thing that's going really well right now. Even though it's 5-8, OG's winning because they're getting the kills later onto the game. That matters once people actually have net worth. But Anna dying like this, back to back to back. 0-3-1 right now is the score for him.
Yeah.
And Non-Grata is going to have a very good game. Has a Soul Ring, Bottle, Treads already at just 9 minutes, and he's harassing down this tower early on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Anna doesn't even have boots yet. Picks up the Gloves of Haste. Just got chased down by that Treads Earthshaker.
Medallion pick up for No Tail, and he's going to have his level 6 soon, so that's going to be a big spike for this support. And he's already shown, like, yeah, he died a lot in lane, but he is playing a very aggressive support nature's Prophet. And that body block with the treants earlier was a beautiful thing. Tornado into EMP, Thompson. Fight me, says to Non-Grata. Non-Grata will not oblige, or maybe he will. Always Want to Fly is going to come in. Arctic Burn slowing down Thompson, but with no mana on Non-Grata, I'm not sure really what he could do. He doesn't want to pop that Soul Ring. Already sitting at half HP.
That was hilarious.
The 10-minute bounty runes are coming up.
No Fear. Are you
No
really
Fear's going to do it
contesting
again.
this?
No Fear definitely wants to do it again. Power shots through. Shackle shot does
he
pick up the
grabs
bounty
it.
rune, runs away. Silent thought about going for Anna there.
So they're going to get 3 bounty runes again.
Yeah. No Fear. He's staying true to his name right now. Always Want to Fly. Caught the EMP Decrepify combination here. Seb still has the life drain as well as another blast, so Always Want to Fly. He just can't get away.
Under attack.
Thompson. Always spamming that fight me.
You know, somebody said, like, fight me, and it was like an Invoker line. I was like, what? It's a Legion Commander line.
Dire's
Why does
bottom
Invoker
tower is
have
under
fight me?
attack.
I don't know. It kind of works for him.
I guess.
We haven't seen Iceberg, though, move once in this game.
No.
Radiant's middle
He's been
tower
very
is under
passive in the
attack.
lanes. He's at bottom lane.
I can kind of see it, though, right? Because he needs a Maelstrom against the Phantom Lancer.
Are fortified.
Yeah. You would just like to see him get at least a little bit aggressive here as
EMP Tornado onto Non-Grata. He does have the Magic Stick as well as the Soul Ring. They're going to pop the Winter's Curse to stop the life drain to let Non-Grata get out. Thompson's a little bit low. Non-Grata actually got executed. They had vision behind the tower, and the Furion ult bounced over to him. Seb's going to use that vision to chase away Always Want to Fly and secure the off-lane tower as well.
That's a massive kill.
Top lane.
He's at 1100
Silent. He's going to try and run down. Which one is the real one? Oh, no, he's struggling. He's falling for the bait. It's the wrong one. He's going on a fake illusion. Anna's just fighting him right now. He's going to pop the enrage, and now Silent, realizing that he went on the wrong one, is a little bit exposed. The arrow's going to come out. Doesn't actually hit anything there. The Moonlight Shadow will finally protect Silent.
Oh, he's going to run into the Sentry Ward, though. But,
Dire's
OG, if they had kept up with that, they would have killed him. I guess they thought he would have just ran straight back. That is not the case. He kind of did a loop.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Winstrike still fighting for their lives here. 8-8 is the score. Both teams, regardless of what happens in the other games, would secure their fate with a win. OG, if they win this game, regardless of what happens in the EG versus Fnatic series, would secure themselves a top 4 despite starting the week 1-5. And for Winstrike, they only had 2 wins early on, but all can be forgiven with a win here. A 2-0 over OG would put them over IG.
Getting close to the blink tag, but Non-Grata has been found again. He does have 2 supports coming in, so he can actually maybe bait this out. Thompson's going to be shackle shotted up. Non-Grata's just trying to get a little bit of mana off the Magic Stick so he can Fissure somebody. They're going to go for Seb. He hits and misses the Splinter Blast because the Winter's Curse took up the damage. Thompson almost dies, but he still managed to get himself away. Now Non-Grata in some trouble. Seb's going to be slowed down by the Splinter Blast. Thompson, maybe he can help Seb out here. So many of these heroes are quite low. Finally, the shackle shot. Echo Slam. They're going to finally finish off Seb, who had a mega kill streak. So that's 428 gold for the Mirana. Back over to the mid lane. Anna actually killed Silent at top. and manages to TP out while Iceberg protects his mid-tier 1 tower. There's just action all over this play.
And just a silly death from Silent. They're just trading. As Anna is recovering his game quite nicely despite the horrendous start. Is now ahead of the Ursa. Just a silly death from Silent there. As he can't afford to do that. More importantly, you give up levels in this situation. Really big fan, by the way, of this Invoker. He feels like he's everywhere right now. It feels just so annoying to play against him.
I mean, he's just destroying this Earthshaker's game.
Yes.
The Ursa really can't play against a Quaswix Invoker very easily either.
Not at all as Jarex. Invis. No, he's smoked up. Near the area, as always want to fly. He's trying to hold them back, but this top lane, Silent, you've got to be careful here. This should be a very obvious
no fear.
gank attempt.
He's going to pop the smoke. Try to go aim and get the shackle shot on him somehow, but now he's going to be caught. That magic damage is so much. No fear does not have raindrops.
I feel like Silent got him killed there.
Well, he's still going to try and go for a kill, but Jarex has stolen win run.
You got to be more careful, Silent. You lost your mid tower, you lost your top tower. There's no way that anybody can be there for you.
Yeah.
As No-Tail.
Still ruining Non-Grata's game. They know this Earthshaker is a core for a reason. It's going to be able to counter the Phantom Lancer, and it's good initiator as well onto the Invoker. So he's just making sure he can't get the Blink Dagger very easily. Over the top lane, they are going to be able to get a really good Winter's Curse onto Jarex. They do have the Iceberg to finish him off with the Starstorm. That'll be pretty easy. Now Silent is on top of Zeb, running him down. Earthshot coming up in 1 second time. He tried to go for the TP out, but with the Decrepify on him, he takes more magic damage. So now No-Tail is going to be next up on the menu. Silent, he's been bullied this entire game, and he just wants a little bit of vengeance. Arrow's not going to be able to land on anything. Iceberg is trying to go for Thompson right now with the Cold Embrace, saving Silent's life. Is going to be able to heal him out significantly. OG are thinking about going back in, though. They're low mana on the side of Winstrike. That Ice Patch just doesn't hit, though.
They're going to try to secure the rune. It's about to come up in a second. The fissure. Non-Grata saw the vision. Jarex trying to steal it. He wants it. He might just get vision of this for half a second, but unable to.
And that will give him his Blink Dagger. So now the game can change for Winstrike. Even though if they're in a net worth lead, it actually doesn't really feel like they're winning, right?
No. Dude, it helps that they've got 3 out of the last 4 bounty rings twice now.
Yeah.
That helps. Or 3 times in fact. 5, 10, 15. That's what makes the difference, Cap, in this network. But with the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, we'll see what he can do. Non-Grata was so successful on that axe. An Iceberg top of the net worth chart by a pretty healthy margin right now. 1,000 ahead of anybody in this game. Now things are starting to look up as OG, the Phantom Lancer, just trying to get into recovery mode, but he needs a minimum of 2 items if he wants to fight against this Earthshaker. And meanwhile, Winstrike's team is more or less ready, Cap.
Yes.
You've got the Blink Dagger now completed on the Ursa. You've got the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. This is fight mode.
This is what was so concerning for Winstrike here, is that their lineup, it's supposed to win early, and they were just getting stalled out so much. Non-Grata just couldn't get his Blink Dagger. Silent's having a bad game. But now their items are finally online, and they can make some things happen, which is exactly why OG's just dodging them right now. No-Tail's cutting creep waves. They've got Thompson with a double damage, taking the bottom tier 2. This is really not an efficient trade out for Winstrike whatsoever.
No, not even close. 2 heroes accomplishing what 4 are wondering about right now is Thompson now just going to challenge the tier 3 a little bit here, and Winstrike, they've got to do something about this.
I mean, they got to know.
This
OG knows you're at a top lane.
Siege Wagon. You've got to get back right now. This tier 4 is taking way too much damage, and you're playing into Nature's Prophet.
That
it just lost half health for nothing.
That is a huge mistake.
That's half health on a tier 4 when you're playing against a Nature's Prophet. All you're doing is giving OG an insurance plan. If fights go terribly, then No-Tail can just camp himself bottom.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, they just stayed at the top. OG obviously knew you were there. They were not contesting that tower whatsoever. No fear, just TPs. They know Thompson's here. They know he's here. They had the ward counter ward combination. They really want this kill. Non-Grata just blinked wildly into the Sentry, hoping to be able to find him, and I think Thompson is now tipped off about that.
Yeah, Thompson Gonna back out as Silent now, pressing forward. He's got the strength of the rest of his team behind him, and this is
And
gonna
he's just
send him
running
back.
at these heroes. He's going to be able to find the real Ana somehow. And he's going to go for him with the enrage on him, but no longer has the mana. Burned out by the EMP, so he needs to go back to the rest of his team.
Both teams seem a little bit hesitant to take this fight. There's no shrine available for Winstrike. So Iceberg almost out of mana.
Dire's middle tower is
Probably just
under
want to back and reset off of this. And that is indeed what happens is No-Tail. This is what I was talking about. Because you allow this tier 2 tower to fall for nothing, and it's half HP, somebody always has to play in this bottom lane now. Because No-Tail will push it out at all times.
Yeah. And OG's lineup is just naturally very good at being able to go in and out in team fights. Right? So as long as they avoid the initiation from Winstrike and just kind of play, oh, we're running at you again. No, we're backing off. We're running it in. You know, you just give a lot of time for No-Tail to push in bottom. And eventually, Winstrike has to blink. They have to break something. Tornado EMP. They're going to be able to catch Iceberg. He leaps into the trees, pops another leap to make sure he can
Dire's
TP out.
middle
Man,
tower
that is so
is under
annoying.
attack.
That Tornado AMP. Nobody is having a very good time playing against it.
Jarex is going to be caught here by the Blink Dagger of Nangrata.
No Fear going to get the last hit.
Looks like he really wanted to be able to maybe refresh the wards down here to make sure No-Tail can freely push. Oh, look at Nangrata. Oh, dear. No-Tail. He is going to be able to catch him inside the Sprout. I'm not sure who this is better for. Looks like No-Tail's going to be the one who's caught in this situation because at the same time, you had the Wind Ranger threatening the rest of these heroes and keeping them back.
Thompson just going to invis out as he's spamming fight me.
While running away.
That's the ultimate
Dire's
taunt.
top tower is under attack.
And Ana, this time, will get the opportunity to push out bottom lane, getting relatively close to his diffusive
This
blade.
is the ripple effect of Dota, where you lose this bottom tier 2 tower, and so
Yeah.
this is now a free area for OG to be in. What matters more, having a No-Tail or No Fear? Ana,
Question for the agents.
Echo.
Echo Slam late. Oh,
He's
that's
gone.
so much damage with the illusions.
goodbye. Good night.
That is the thing, is they buffed the echo damage recently. You could see it. Faced up against some of these heroes. No-Tail is going to be hit by Iceberg. He just does so much damage with the leap, but he actually doesn't get enough Maelstrom procs. Another
was
leap is
enough.
going to be blown, and now he catches him. But Iceberg has blown all of his leaps. He's got another one in 2 seconds' time. It's going to come up. Winter's Curse laid out. It's going to stop the life drain, but now always want to fly. Kite by the ice wall and chipped away. Decrepify actually buys him a bit of time, but he's obviously dead eventually.
It was well worth it, though, for him to be able to save Iceberg's life.
Yeah.
Iceberg's going to realize that he needs a BKB pretty soon, too.
Yeah.
But this
He's
is the
gonna go for
downside
Mjolnir first.
of this Nature's Prophet support is that you don't provide the same team fight that Winstrike supports do. So the later this game goes on, it's going to be more and more awkward for him to play because right now, effectively, you're just a death. You're a walking ward machine. It's a level 9 Nature's Prophet. His talents don't scale the best for supporting either. And all he has is a Medallion of Courage and Treads, which he's had for some time. But
Yeah,
they're doing a
he's-
very good job of keeping their towers up as a result of this hero.
It's an interesting little tinker ward, I'm guessing, to spot out the Nature's Prophet when he pushes in top lane. But, I mean, as you said, like when they gave up the bottom tier 2 and made it half health, oh, Nangrata! He really wanted to be able to get the bounty on that tier 1 tower. And he instead is going to have to go for the kill on No-Tail. Of course, that's obviously going to be worth it for No-Tail. Towers are worth way more than his life at this point. So he'll die eventually.
Gonna get the last hit.
Yeah. OG, see the space being created though. 3 heroes at bottom. They're free to push at top tier 2.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're pinging top right now. They want to take this fight. They don't have Echo Slam.
Mass TPs coming in.
Dire's
OG are going to be able to see this. They've already got the Nether Ward in place, the Moonlight Shadow. They do have some detection up here, but the Night Shackle shot managed to
Shackle
lock down
shot?
Thompson taking a lot of damage. They need to be able to finish him up. Iceberg, they lose the vision now, but the Winter's Curse goes out, and Thompson's going to start hitting Jarex, revealing himself as well. A double stun on the both of them. They do manage to steal out the Fisher that buys Jarex a little bit of room, and they kill off No Fear thanks to Big Daddy No-Tail. Thompson tips No-Tail for giving him the only kill of the fight.
And that is an emphatic teamfight win. We talked about a Winstrike. They're going to win these team fights.
Yes.
This Nature's Prophet doesn't provide too much. OG is trying to just play the outmaneuver game, and that's why Ana got the hell out of dodge. Immediately resumes pushing in that bottom lane, and Winstrike. The one thing about it is that Winstrike's not getting objectives. They're getting a bunch of kills, but they're being run around the map right now, and that's why OG, you still see them not at the worst deficit ever, despite being behind 8 kills. Because we saw the last time Winstrike decided 5-man for a tower, they just lost so much real estate on the map.
Right. I mean, they need to basically buy enough time for Anna to get Manta diffuse on probably hard as well, right?
Dire are
Yeah, you need a
scanning.
lot of items if you're going to feel comfortable fighting against Winstrike's line. There's just so much AoE clear.
Yeah.
You've got everything that the Wind Ranger does, her power shot. You've got the Splinter Blast, the Winter's Curse, Starstorm, the Maelstrom procs, Earthshaker's Earthshaker's full toolkit. You've got the Earthshock from Ursa. You need a lot of HP before you're going to take any fights. And that's why OG, for the most part, should just avoid at all costs.
Right. Shadowblade's now up for non-Grata, so that'll give him a little bit better hunting abilities for Phantom Lancer, Furion, as well as Invoker. He knows they're trying to play a keep-away game. He gets arguably the best item to find heroes and kill them. Picking out Roshan right now, which is an interesting talking point. Winstrike do have the Ursa, but they lack the map control to be able to do it. They do have vision here. They're going to smoke towards it, or Shadowblade towards it, rather, not Grata.
Shadows take
Light Shadow going down. Are they all going to slip into Roshan, or is Silent going to use this positioning at Roshan to go in a little bit deeper? Pops his phase
Oh,
boot, gets
what a
hit by the scan. OG knew what's happening. So since they don't find any heroes, they just back up and do Roshan instead.
This also counts as an objective. You
Yeah.
need something right now on the map as the Sunstrike going to get laid out. Winstrike might just do this anyways. The question is, do OG defend? I doubt it, because
Do you defend
can't
Rosh
fight.
or do you run it bottom?
You run at bottom. You can't fight.
Yeah.
No matter what, I think the idea is just avoid fights at all costs. Like, even with knowing that they're in Roshan, you're going to have a dead hero, essentially.
Nagrata wrapping behind, but Sentry's already put in place. Tornado looking to be able to hit the creep wave. Nagrata blinks back to the safety of his team. They do have the Winter Wyvern to be able to protect bottom lane. Good shackle shot, but needs to be able to get out the blast. Barely nailed him. Silent. Anna ran in from the side. They are going to be able to get the Fissure. Nagrata does have an Echo Slam, but he doesn't pop it now. He goes Blink Dagger. Echo Slam coming in. Nails Thompson. Silent's going to be able to go for the kill as well, but Thompson, he actually gets the Invis on. They don't have the detection anymore. They blink in, and they do lose their Mirana's first life. That's going to be the Aegis coming right back.
Silent's
Silent
getting really
goes on
low.
the real Anna. Echo Slam countered by Jerix, but it doesn't do quite enough to finish off that Ursa. A little bit of Cold Snap. Nice. Winter's Curse laid out onto Thompson, but he still has tons of HP. How does he have all this? He's hit by the arrow. Enchanted Totem as well. The Cold Embrace steal from Jerix is keeping him alive.
Oh,
but it's not
Non-Grata's
enough.
killing everybody.
Now the buybacks coming in. Seb, he's eaten up by Silent, and that is going to be a 5-man wipe, 6-man wipe, I believe.
Oh my lord, Non-Grata played that fight so well. Oh. I thought that Winstrike, they were dancing on that knife's edge.
Yes.
It looked like for a second every hero was going to go down. The Ursa, his BKB was popped. He was starting to get kited, getting really low, and then always want to fly.
Every coin helps.
Dude, what about Jerix, though? He hits like a decent Echo Slam to get damage on Ursa, steals Cold Embrace to hit the Invoker while he's under Winter's Curse. Jerix tried so much to save Thompson. He basically turned into a Winter Wyvern,
Man,
and it still wasn't enough.
always want to fly's positioning on the team fight. They just thought he wasn't going to be there at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has boots and nothing else, and now he's got a Blink Dagger. Came in, riding in like Gandalf.
And this goes back to what you were saying. Like, they thought that was a 4 versus 5 with an Aegis. OG thought underneath the tier 1 tower, maybe we can actually take this. The answer is no.
No, you can't
Winstrike's
fight.
team fight is still stronger than you,
It's just
even
way too
under
good.
those conditions.
And now you've got, if I'm seeing this correctly, a 10-second BKB on the Mirana. She did not have it in the last fight. You've got a Blink Dagger completed. Silent's going to get his Basher. You've just got a cavalcade of items flooding in. Non-Grata's going to get his Yule Scepter. Everyone benefited from that fight on the side of Winstrike.
Yeah. I mean, they all just picked up their items recently, and they all have something new. It's crazy.
Ooh, IG right now.
They're
gonna
sweating.
They're looking at that 12K lead right now, Cap. I've got no idea what's happening in the EG Fnatic game, but Thompson gonna tornado bottom. OG can't feel very good right now about what's going on.
Neither can IG.
IG's dying inside.
Yeah.
They're thinking to themselves,
Dire
guys,
are scanning.
you're playing against a top 4 team in the group that is surging against who had the worst record. Please just get one win. But it looks like Winstrike, at least so far, are looking pretty comfortable.
They're in new form.
They're feeling it right now. You get to control your destiny. This is all you really want at the group stage in TI.
They are still, I mean, they just won a gigantic fight. They took a tier 2 and lost map control almost immediately.
That's what Nature's Prophet does to you. He's going to move you around the map. He's going to constantly spam his ulti when he gets behind. It's very similar to what Dro Ranger does. When she gets behind, you hit that precision aura button.
Anna, how's he doing in the farm race? Trying to finish up the Manta, and then he already has the heart queued up, as we were talking about.
Yeah. Man, our production is so good.
Radiant's bottom tower
Our guy
is
just
under
walked
attack.
over to tell me the story of the UG, which I will not
Nagrata
spoil.
Echo Slam is going to be able to find Anna, but they had the support behind him. They were baiting out Anna, and they're going to be able to get the kill on Nagrata. That is big. A mega kill streak for Anna, who's already a little bit suffering in farm. And honestly, he's the only person who really matters on OG. His farm is the most important.
Oh, I can't believe you did that, Nagrata.
All by himself.
Radiant's bottom
There was no one
tower
near
is
you.
under
You've been
attack.
so good. You've been so good.
Just play with your team. That's
Play
what. That's
with your
been what.
team.
Oh, nice shackle shot. Moonlight Shadow sets that one up.
Here's
Thompson
the
is
arrow.
going to be narrowed by the arrow. Godlike. Iceberg is godlike.
Iceberg is trying to win this game of Dota. Let him, Nagrata.
One of my favorites.
TP back from Jarex. They're going to give up on the side lane
Dire's
pushes.
top tower is
A
under
little bit
attack.
afraid of a impending mid push from Iceberg. Of course, he's not going to go for it. They just need to get better control of the lanes.
It's no fear. Gonna push out this top lane. Now they've got to worry about their side lanes at all times, as OG has done a very good job of pressuring this. And the crazy part about it, the reason, guys, why I bring up lane pushing so much and why it keeps coming up is these situations that happen, because even though OG is down so many kills in 13K, they're leading the map because they have heroes that can deal with the waves at all times.
Yeah.
And all that means, if you win one fight, you're right in front of their base. And you've
And-
presented yourself an opportunity to win the game.
And it's not like Winstrike, oh, they're going to go for the kill onto Wind Ranger, almost bursted him down, and now Seb's going to be caught by Nagrata. Tries to go for the TP out, hit by the Fisher instead. Oh, Sunstrike, he tried to find the kill onto No Fear with the help of the Nature's Prophet ult, but that's not going to happen.
Seb gonna go down.
But yeah, Winstrike have pretty good lane shove themselves, right?
Yes.
Power Shot, Splinter Blast, they've got a Mjolnir hero.
I think the problem is they only have one hero that can catch,
Yeah.
and that's Nagrata. Like, you've got one killer. Mirana's great in team fights, but unless you hit the arrow, people just run away from you.
Yeah. And that's why Seb and No-Tail are playing so aggressive in the side lanes, because they know they can. Same goes with Thompson, by the way. He managed to hit a two-man tornado there. And
Thompson?
set up. Jarex is going to hit the Fisher on a silent, kiting him around. Keeping
power
damage
shot?
on him.
They got the dust off on him, and once again, the majority... This actually matters now. The majority of the bounty runes have gone the way of Winstrike. This has to at least represent 3,000 of their gold at this point.
Yeah.
They've gotten 3 out of the last 4. They got 4 of the last 4 in the last set.
And run.
It's starting to add up here. As No-Tail, you start to see him switch gears. He's going for the Shadow Blade. He understands that split push is the name of the game. You've got to give yourself as many times to win team fights, as many opportunities to win team fights as you can.
Thompson playing behind Anna right now. Iceberg's trying a line. He really wants his team to just be with him right now, the top lane. But I can understand if Winstrike is a little bit scared of just letting OG push bottom so much again because of the early damage.
I think that Iceberg is like, guys, this should be easy, but the rest of his team is like, no. Because look at what No-Tail's doing. They're just always constantly splitting the map, applying pressure.
Always Want to Fly was hoping to be able to catch somebody with his Blink Dagger. Didn't get the Winter's Curse. Nagrata pushes out by
Radiant's
himself.
top tower is under attack.
Oh, something I should know too is that Iceberg decided to go for the 12% spell amp. I think it was Tomato that told me that
Dire's bottom tower is
it actually
under
does
attack.
more damage for you than the mana break.
If you have like Mjolnir.
Yeah, if you have Mjolnir, it does
Yeah.
a lot more damage
That makes sense.
than the mana break. Also, you have an MKB, right?
Yeah, that's true. And then you've got all your actual magic damage abilities like Starstorm.
He said he tested it a bunch and found that it was actually more.
You know what's crazy? They showed all these heroes in bottom lane, but they didn't actually push the wave.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
It's a double siege wagon wave. All right,
So-
now the team is top lane. Now they're going to go for it. They're just not hitting the creeps. They're trying to find heroes. But OG is doing really well just staying ahead of all this. Okay, Seb, that was Awkward force down.
The thing about this is that you eventually do have to take a fight, though, if you're OG. What you're trying to do
Yeah.
right now, guys, for people that don't know, is you're trying to lull Winstrike into this game where they constantly start splitting up and getting riskier and riskier. Then OG at some random point will gather up, take a fight. If they win a fight in front of your base, you have to force buybacks, and all of a sudden the game
just
is
look at
reset.
Iceberg, right? Like, he's been by himself a lot lately, and he just got forced into using his BKB. He's going to go for the TP out. The rest of the team is here, though. Silent does find Anna. Anna's already at half HP. Always want to fly, hoping for Splinter Blast. Doesn't get it.
gotta
Anna's
get
just
out.
running so fast. Thompson's here as well. They need
Fight
to be able to
anymore.
get out. Always want to fly. He's going to get picked off here. And Silent, he's going to get caught by Jarex. He can't TP away either. Popsy and Rage just futilely trying to put damage onto Thompson, but it does nothing. But Echo Slam comes in. Maybe
They're just
Anna.
beating heroes.
No, it gets Jarex Fisher stunned almost immediately. That's 3 dead from Winstrike.
That-
You said OG, lull them to sleep, lull them into a bad move.
That's literally what I just said, and that is what happens. And this is why split pushing matters, because eventually you are going to find an opportunity to get kills. You will find an opportunity if you're disciplined enough, and that's what happens. Because Winstrike, you stop thinking about the game in the same way. You see the frustration from Iceberg. He's like, guys, why are we not just winning fights? And his team's like, because we can't do anything about the lanes.
Yeah.
We only have one hero that can kill. That represents a threat on the map. And now they
Fisher,
might just
two-man
get more.
Fisher with a Sunstrike, not even needed. Iceberg, leap one. Another, he's got 2 more leaps. He's good, he's good. Still, though, great pick off there from Jarex. His stolen Fishers putting in some work with a Blink Dagger.
IG screaming right now. They're saying,
are-
OG, do it up.
Oh, always want to fly, hit by the Fisher as well. What's happening? Winstrike's just falling apart.
15K.
Dire structures are fortified.
There goes your lead. It's starting to dwindle. This is what happens when you can constantly push out the waves. Now it's down to 7.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They might even secure the bounty runes for once in
Dude,
their lives.
I was literally going to say they won that fight, but it sucks for them that they don't get Roshan. They've actually gotten so many pickoffs, they can take tier 2 and do Roshan still.
This is why if you're a viewer and you're like, why do these comebacks happen? It's because oftentimes one team can push in waves cleanly and the other can't. And at some point in Dota, farm doesn't really matter. It becomes more about the map control that you can lay out. You can lose heroes left and right and center, and as long as the lanes are pushed in, Winstrike's not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
But they might just reset the game here for themselves as
Roshan, I mean, this is the thing, right? Roshan is a really important objective, and
it's something that you have to... So, Kuro used to say Roshan is the best objective at forcing fights.
yes.
Because they have to take this fight.
That is a really good way to put it, because
Yes.
this is like the one opportunity for Winstrike to finally get a 5 versus 5. But look at Anna. We said he comes online when he has his heart. He's got it now. Iceberg, he's trying to go for him. He's just fearlessly running at these heroes. The moment he gets his heart, he understands his timing. He understands his strength. And that is just a run at heroes.
And look at the situation.
But Nagrana's here, managed to hit the Echo Slam instantly. He gets fissured by Jarex. Stops the combination. Might just allow Anna to be able to survive. He's not hit by the arrow. And now their initiator
this
is
is a
dead.
terrible
And
fight
Anna's
now.
going to go back in. He knows, he feels it right now. He's got the heart taking him up a little bit. He found the real one, though. He gets bashed up. Silence is gone. Oh, no. Aeon Tisk on the side. The buyback from Nagrana is going to be able to catch Seb as well. With a beautiful shackle shot, they managed to get a Winter's Curse. Stolen by Jarex.
The arrow
Hitting No Fear. Arrow went right through. Doesn't actually hit No Tail. So they're only going to get Jarex. And sure enough, a fight is forced indeed around the Roshan pit. And in Roshan Bounty, that is the winning combination there for Winstrike. They're going to be able to take an Aegis and Cheese and might just finally be able to force a high ground.
That is a game-saving winner's curse by Always Want to Fly. If Thompson survives there, he can back up Anna, which is the only reason that Anna went in the first place. Anna's like, I've got my Invoker. He's got his full toolkit. I'm good to go. Oh, this Always Want to Fly. He's so on point.
Yeah.
It looked like 2 fights in a row were going to go bad, but he turns it. But yeah, talking about the Roshan, that's how you force fights when teams don't want to leave their base and they don't want to engage you head on. You just walk into Roshan. That's how the old Liquid would do it.
found No Tail.
Nice pick off.
That is beautiful. Still got to
Buybacks.
deal with the bottom lane, but they are trying to take... Can they take the full racks, though?
Oh, look at bottom lane. No tail.
Instantly buying back, trying to put some threat onto that bottom lane. All these heroes are going to come in right as they finish up the melee racks. Winstrike, they're going to get caught here. Blinks ahead of the Tornado. Iceberg committing, finish off the melee racks, and a beautiful Winter's Curse.
Just
it's
trying to
not
get
going
them
to
out.
kill anybody, but it's going to stall them from pursuing. And that was the problem. Winstrike, they were cutting it close. They were afraid that they might get into a bad
They might
fight.
re-engage your cap. Grata, he's looking for it.
He does have some sentries out. They spotted him for a moment here. He's pinging where he's going, but he's not fast enough to catch up to him. Bottom lane, the tier 3 did go down. The range frags took a bit of damage.
No-Tail had a back for that, though, and he's starting the shenanigans once again. Oh, man, that fight was so close, though. That would have been just OG's game.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, Silent also took like a... Oh, there's the Echo Slam, knocking in on Thompson.
They know that...
Seb, he has no way on this, but he did manage to blink himself away. No TP, though. He's going to have to tuck and hide in some sort of corner and hope he's not found.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give up the chase. And
Non
Non-Grata's still looking for it, but he's gone the wrong way.
Courier has been killed.
Courier is
They
sniped by
do have a
No-Tail.
scan. Not going to go for it, though. And pushed in the mid lane as best he could. He's got an illusion rune, too. That's really going to help him out. But they see him. They know where he is. And has got to be careful in his position. He's going to doppelganger out of that area. Silent tries to go for the Earth Shock, misses out. Will take a lot of damage in return. He's going to go BKB, immediately sprouted up by No-Tail. They know where Ana is, and they desperately want this kill, but they just can't quite catch him. The supports are keeping them off of Ana. Iceberg throws out the arrow. It's not gonna land on Ana. Really almost did. No Fear on the other side of things is Win running up. They're trying to sandwich onto him, but always want to fly. Manage to get the Winter's Curse. It's on illusion. That is just buying him a little bit of time, but at the same time, he blinks away. Iceberg and Non-Grata need to be able to go for Ana together if they want to be able to take him on. Because of that heart's just too much HP, they go for an illusion. Ana bait him out. The real one's gonna go and finish off. Always want to fly. Iceberg's out of mana now. Non-Grata might be able to stun him up, but they just don't have the damage. Non-Grata, he'll go for him first. Pops the cheese. A Fisher is up. He's going to hit the real one. No, Doppelganger actually dodges that one. Thompson hits him with the disarm. Now Silent comes in. Real Ana is found. Silent is so good at doing that. How did he keep finding the real Ana and beating it down time and time again? The arrow catches Thompson. That's 2 dead on the side of OG. The 2 cores do have buyback, but nobody else does.
Oh my god, these fights are so close for OG.
That is 2 fights in a row that Silent has found the real Phantom Lancer and killed him with his Basher.
Both those fights look so good for OG. They turn at a moment's notice.
Popping the Enrage, hit by the Tornado though. And now, well, he does have BKB, and they also have an Echo Slam. Immediately stopped though, couldn't get the Fisher off, but the Abyssal Blade will be enough. Ana's gonna come back with his buyback. Non-Grata has no mana, and no cheese this time around to make the fight go their way. Silent's gonna be up next, trying to chase them down with a Phantom Rush. There shouldn't be a way out of here. Zeb's on the other side to make sure he gets the life drain kill as well. So they do buyback, and they do win that fight. OG will hold.
And that's an important hold for them as No Fear gonna run into No-Tail.
If only he had detection, maybe.
But does not. And now all 3 of the 4 bounty runes are claimed by OG, but still resetting things a little bit. Their tower takes about half HP. Thompson doesn't have the buyback now. Still dead for 60, but with 2 heroes on the sidelines for Winstrike, that's just going to reset things for a little bit. And OG, they're not going to be able to take advantage of this. And all it really takes now for Winstrike is one little push, and you've secured yourself a main event slot. IG, watching with bated breath right now, can't feel very good about this.
Jarex. Seb with the haste rune, trying to run down, always want to fly. He was showing himself on some No-Tail familiars there earlier. No Fear, actually.
Might have just saved him.
Yeah, that was actually a nice little Yule Scepter. Didn't realize he had that one, but eventually his win run is going to run out, but the Moonlight Shadow keeps him alive. They managed to get the real one with that Winter's Curse, so he takes a decent amount of damage, but he still wants to go for the tier 3. He wants to force any buybacks he can.
Iceberg needs to be here to deal with this. He's going to throw the triple arrow. Should not hit. It, in fact, oh my god, that almost
did, but the Shackle Shot will latch, and Iceberg, he'll come in, get a lot of damage. They do have the Decrepify, though. That'll save Ana pretty easily.
They should get out right now. Heroes are starting to...
A little bit surprised there that they didn't try and go for the bottom lane of Rax, if they wanted to force things.
I feel like it's a hard force.
Yeah.
You don't want to overcommit for that. Thompson, your main control. That's the thing, is that this guy is your entire team's control factor. Unless you're going to just rely on Jarek stealing Fissure.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have Shackle Shot, but you just want some way reliably to deal with stuff like that.
Right. It feels like OG's really close. finally being
Yes.
able to win fights, is it just this next item? Is it just like Scotty and what is it, Lincoln Sphere for Thompson?
I feel like they just have to position themselves better against the winner's curse.
Okay, so it's more about positioning and play than items at this point.
Yeah. They're waiting around the Roshan pit, but won't respawn for at least
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Dire's bottom shrine.
So they're just going to try and use this double damage rune.
Yeah, it's only an 11k deficit right now for OG, which is ridiculous considering that they had a buyback. They lost Thompson almost immediately after to the Echo Slam.
Seb, sneaky little guy that he is pushing in the bottom lane. No Tail's going to join him here. They
Dire's
really do
bottom
not
shrine
want to get
is
into a
under
fight right
attack.
now against Winstrike.
No, not with no buybacks on their course.
So they're going to try and risk their
Dire's
position here. Now,
bottom
fortunately,
shrine
being able to kill the
is
shrines
falling.
really helps. No Tail's been doing that with his treants,
Dire are
and that
scanning.
kind of kills one of the
Dire's
TP
bottom
locations to be able to
barracks are
defend
under
these areas.
Yeah, and Winstrike with only one tier 3 tower left alive. Have to be
Radiant's
careful
top
about
tower
this.
is
Is
under attack.
OG?
Do Winstrike not keep track of when the Roshan spawn?
I don't think so. I mean, this game is really hectic, to be fair.
They're probably losing their mind. Winstrike, no fears, just trying to find any wards he can. Vision is a huge part of being able to split push successfully, right? So Winstrike need to be able to control the map as much as possible. Silent's going to go for a late game Battle Fury. It's an interesting one.
Mainly to just deal with the Sprout.
Yeah.
And also, it's really nice against the TL if you think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's dual function.
It's like one of those, like, you have to have a tree eater somehow.
It actually
Might as
kinda
well
just
get
works
an
out
item
nicely.
that does damage. Yeah. Well, unfortunately for Ursa, you're not getting Fury Swipes. You don't get any cleave off of that, so
That'd be bro.
his damage will be minimal.
Everyone would rush.
You just ancient stack and then just cleave on one of the bigger ancients with Fury Swipes.
He still hits kind of hard. Seb is at bottom. He's got to be careful about this right now.
Seb blinking forward. Silent spotted him for a moment. Blink for Blink does manage to get the Abyss Blade. Now he does have an Aeon Disc, but so many disables. Nograda's just going to be able to keep him locked down. Force Staff, Nether Ward. Seb does not have anything else up in time. No Tail, quick to be able to TP out. Just replace this ward. They had another one earlier here.
He has
got
placed that
killed
ward
by the
100
jam.
times over.
Yes. And the thing is, the enemy team doesn't expect it because it's a global teleportation placing that ward. Like, how are you supposed to keep track of that?
Yeah.
Iceberg,
Seeds of force.
MKB, Butterfly, Hurricane Pike, BKB. This is a very stacked Mirana.
Roshan is going to spawn in 33 seconds. That's going to be Winstrike's next objective. They're very cautious about it.
Radiant are
Battle Fury's up,
scanning.
and Aghanim Scepter is almost here for Silent as well.
There's no buyback still on the 2 cores, the important ones from OG.
Yeah. So if they can get this Roshan, are they really going to try and do this before Roshan comes up?
No, I think what they're trying to do is force them back to the base.
Okay.
I'd imagine so. I feel like there's no reason for you to risk this pre-Rosh.
Yeah.
I guess Seb's dead, so you might want to hit it a little bit, but
Radiant structures.
I feel like Winstrike should disengage.
They're in.
Radiant's
They're in it to
bottom
win it.
tower is under attack.
Guess they feel like their lanes are in a good enough
Oh, they're going to
position.
be able to jump in. They immediately blow up Jarex. He's been a pesky one, but he does have the buyback. BKBs have been blown on both sides. Echo Slam
Echo
in
on 2 cores.
2. Anna tries to dodge somebody with the Manta. Does manage to doppelganger himself away, and Thompson gets back to the fountain. He will be able to heal up, and Anna is just playing with the illusions right now. The BKBs are going to wear out and Winstrike, and now OG, it's their turn to be able to strike. Sunstrike actually misses out there. The arrow not hitting Anna, and he'll doppelganger back. All they lost was a tier 3, but a lot of BKBs blown by Winstrike. A risky maneuver, but they don't get punished for it.
Yeah, always want to fly, use the winner's curse onto the Invoker, but he has a Lincoln's now.
Oh, no tail. That arcane rune couldn't possibly have been worth it, could it, Scythe? And Nograda's gonna get on top of it. Sunstrike! He does
Wow.
manage to kill. No fear, no tail with the Sprout control up, and now Nograda's gonna be caught. The rest of OG, they're gonna bail out. No tail. The arcane rune was worth it. They might just be able to get Roshan because of this.
They bought back on the Wind Ranger. The Earthshaker doesn't have it. This could have just been disaster right now. So everybody from OG wants to come back into this. No Tail's got a Hex now, too, to work with.
They need this Earthshaker Echo Slam so badly against Anna. I just don't see how Winstrike could take a fight without it.
Oh, this might have just been a mini throw here. Winstrike, they're thinking
Arrows are
about
coming
it.
out. The real Anna is there, charging forward. He goes for the back line, but immediately gets Shackle shotted up. What a hit from No Fear. Seb is on the side, trying to go for the light drain. Iceberg will be able to get the Starstorm, but no hero's dead from OG just yet. When Silence already popped his Enrage, and Anna's trying to
Iceberg,
stay
he's out of
ahead of him.
mana.
Iceberg's out of mana, stuck inside the Sprout. He's going to be beaten down by Thompson eventually, and so is Silent with no BKB and no Enrage. OG win the fight. Again, they just can't do it without their Earthshaker. They're after going to give up on an Aegis Cheese and a Refresher Shard as well.
I cannot believe that Winstrike decided to take that fight. With the
Oh.
Earthshaker dead, I mean, sure, they've got Aegis. You're going to give up Aegis, but... And it all starts with that no-tail bait.
Anna's got a Scotty. If he gets a Butterfly as well, I'm not sure if Winstrike could beat him anymore.
It's a 3K gold lead right now for Winstrike. How the mighty have fallen. IG cheering their hearts out.
They may just have one more chance. Seb's going to come forward to crap fight, just hoping to be able to catch anybody because as soon as they hear the buy, oh, the Shackle shot! Can they actually get here in time though? Jarex comes in, steals a power shot instead. Tornado will stop that TP in. Oh, what a Winter's Curse! That's going to be able to hold him in. That's going to be Jarex with a dieback, but Anna just charges forward. Does kill Always Want to Fly, but the Echo Slam, they're going to be able to bring him down. That AoE damage is too tough for Anna to be able to deal with, but he does have a second life. Silent, he has an Abyssal Blade and an arrow. They could just chain stun him once again. OG, they're going to try and stay up with Decrepify. They might just be able to do it. He doppelgangers away, still doppelgangered up. He does manage to get a bunch of illusions out, and Silent doesn't have the BKB. Not is trying to save him with the Force Staff. Managed to get out a little bit farther. Decrepify's just slowing him down with the Cold Snap as well. They can't let Silent die, but they can't do anything to save him. At the same time, another Tornado comes out, and that's enough to finish him out. He's dead for 2 minutes, and no! Seb gets the Marauder as well, and that's it. GG is the call from Iceberg. Winstrike, they don't get their win against OG, and they will be forced into a tiebreaker, an elimination tiebreaker against IG.
Winstrike have to be kicking themselves right now because they had this game dead to rights. They controlled their destiny. They had this, and now they've got to play an elimination tiebreaker game against an IG squad that have to be over the moon.
OG split pushing to a victory. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back as Winstrike. That'll drop them to 4-12. IG, I mean, Winstrike, how do you recover from this mentally? Because that has to be so tilting.
You were probably looking at that. You were like 15 gold lead. You're like, we're doing it, boys. We're going to the main stage.
Woo!
Now you have to try and clear all of that out of your mind and try and beat IG. And the thing is that both IG and Winstrike have had these games where they look like they could beat.
Yes.
They could have beat bigger, better teams.
You know what the crazy
And they just
thing
couldn't
is?
get their shit together.
The absolute craziest thing about this is that it didn't even matter for OG because Fnatic got 2-0'd by EG.
They fought